Okay, we should be live. Let me pull everything up and make sure. Apologies for being late. There's not even really a good reason for it. I just really lost track of time while I was getting things ready for it, and then I was like, oh, I want to go have a little snack before I start because I like to have like some kind of thing to eat, like an apple or something before stream, just to help keep like. Oh, you no, not my voice. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, my voice sounds a little bit weird. How's it sounding to you guys? Does it sound normal? It sounds a little bit weird to me when I listen to that little preview right there. Oops. But anyways, regardless. Yeah, and then I just... while I was eating it, because I like to eat it just because I'm like, I tend to eat really early dinners, like 3-4 hours ago, so I'm like, it's something to help, like, keep energy up, you know, gotta keep the blood sugar up so you don't get feeling tired while we're streaming, that kind of thing. And then I just took my sweet time with it. I was I was in no rush to get it done, and now we're here. Oh, a trigger warning. Did I summon you with that message? Did you message me? Hang on, let me check. No, Discord, I don't want to switch to my Elgato. Why would I want to record audio through my Elgato? Why would you ask me that? No, I was just running behind and getting everything ready. So now we are here, because yeah, again, I just really lost track of time. Should have been getting ready like about 10 minutes earlier than I was. Had a little snack, and I just, again, was in no rush to do it. Also, I need blood. There is going to be blood today. You're right, Weed. There's blood. Oh, I didn't even put any like kind of like trigger warning in the YouTube. Yeah, the trigger warning was on the Twitch notification today, because yeah, we're going to be doing a Tithe and blood demo, which is... Did I say that right? I'm so in my head about it. Whenever I like say, I think I said tithe, which is the right way to say it, because for some reason over a year I kept saying a tithe in blood. I don't know why. Even though I knew what the right word was, I just kept saying it wrong constantly over and over, and I'm not entirely sure why. But I want to run like a little test on you guys that I was like thinking about earlier while I was eating my apple, and I'm not gonna give much of an explanation as to why I'm thinking about this, but does anyone else feel like dirty when eating an apple? Like the kind of dirty where like if you're eating it in public and a priest came over to you and said repent, I would be like, yeah, no, I get it. I think I need to right now. That kind of thing. Does anyone else get what I'm talking about? If not, then we could just move on. Also, I'm just gonna be pulling everything. We need a tweet. I don't tweet enough about like us going out when eating an apple. Yeah, when eating an apple. Maybe if it's a red delicious, but otherwise no. Yes, okay. So we're getting a yes, we're getting a maybe. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's making me feel like, because it was just a thought I was having while like I was eating. I was like, this feels like wrong, and I don't know. I mean, I do know why I was thinking that, but like, it just feels not correct, you know? It doesn't feel like something I should be doing in public. But yeah, no, I'm so bad at tweeting things out. Oh my gosh, I'm such a failure. Why do I even have these social medias? You know, outside of looking at all like the pretty art on like social media and stuff, you know? That's like the main reason I do it, but you know. Outside of that, why do I even have it? Doo-doo. Red Delicious just feels like sand in your mouth. Does it? Maybe I just don't eat enough Red Deliciouses, but that's not really the kind of dirty I was thinking of. Ads immediate. Yeah, that's... Oof. Apologies for the ads immediately. That just do be how Twitch is. This way people don't get it when they're clicking in. I guess we'll bring up that conversation in a second, but I'll get this all tweeted out, and then we can jump into everything. Question: do you feel the same when you yawn? No. I mean, it kind of depends. Okay. I've been told that when I'm like laying down, I'm like a cat when I yawn, because I really like arch my back, really like stretch out my arms with it. So like I would say yes when I'm laying down, but if I'm like sitting up, you know, I feel like I'm just the ugliest person ever when yawning. So Maybe it's just opening your mouth that makes you. Well, it's more like opening your mouth wide. It's just like all the juices running down your chin and everything. It's like, this doesn't feel right. But yeah, no, so I feel like that, again, what I feel dirty doing it when I'm like laying down and stuff, because I know I'm like just, again, just arching my back real hard. But outside of that, no. I feel like pretty normal. Live with Tithe in Blood demo. Boop boop. Now let me just get those links for that really quick. Yawning sucks. Yawning does really suck. It's one of those things of like, I've heard a lot of people come up with theories as to like why we even still yawn. And I've never heard one that like makes sense. Like I've heard like some gross, another version of me. Ew, disgusting. Copy. Let's go like that. There we go. And it's just like my brain's all over the place right now. Oh my gosh. I've heard people be like, it's supposed to be like some kind of warning sign, like, you know, like you use it to like warn other people around, and it's like, but that doesn't make any sense, because who yawns that loud that it could actually be like a functional warning and stuff. Badoop, badoop. Do over here. And outside of that, it's like just kind of like nonsense reasons as like why we yawn. I'm like, I mean, I know, like, hang on, I know why we yawn. It's to help, like, get the blood flow going back up to your brain. But I don't know why the yawn is contagious. I should preference that. That is a very important thing to note, is that I'm very well aware of why we do yawn. Because it is important to the brain. But I'm not entirely sure why we need to, like, actually, like, reciprocate and go along with other people who are also yawning. So, that's the thing. I'm busy playing Marvel Rivals. Oh, have fun with that. I haven't actually played Marvel Rivals at all. Mostly because I'm like, it looks like a pretty button-intensive game, which is not the best thing for my hands. So I'd rather save that for like other games. And I'm also just not the biggest fan of the shooters. But at the same time, I do in fact be seeing the characters and I go, man, I should probably try this game. Especially since, like, characters like Spider-Man, like, look like so much fun to play. I've heard he's, like, awful. Like, not awful, but, like, incredibly complicated and hard to play. But I'm like, but I like Spider-Man, and he looks really cool. I want to play that, you know? That's my views about it. You should post it in the Alon server, too, since there's a streaming channel. Oh my gosh, Tracy, you are a genius. Have I ever told you that before? You're so smart. I have never even once thought about that, so I should definitely do that. I don't know why it's contagious either, but it's funny. No, the worst thing is when you play, like, I know. I'm glad you know. I'm glad you're aware. But, like, it's, like, the worst when you start, like, there we go. It was about to not send as a link on the Blue Sky. Badoop. Oh, I already posted it there. Okay, we're good. We're good. It's like when you like play like tennis with it, where it's like one person yawns, then the person you're with yawns, and then you yawn right on back, and it like turns into like just an endless cycle of that. That is the worst thing. I hate it. Like, it's pretty funny. It is pretty funny. But when you're trying to have like especially if it's like the main times I have it is like when it's like a serious conversation with people, and then we just sit there and yawn at each other, and it's like, oh no, we're trying to do like other things right now. We're trying to conversate right now. Donk. Do. There we go. It sucks. I don't mind. Yeah, again, like, I think if it's like you're just sitting there conversating with someone, like just having a normal little chat, it's like completely fine. But like it tends to just like do it to me when it's like just like the worst timings for it. So I really do not appreciate it. But again, it's one of those things of like, I feel like we're like, us as a species is probably going to go out before we ever find out why it is a contagious thing that people do. Let me just come over to the Blue Sky and copy all those links that I just did and get it posted there. And then we could probably just jump on into it, because our goal is to actually like get through the entire demo tonight. And that doesn't sound like too bad of a thing, considering, again, it's like, you know, if you're just like reading it, it's probably only like slightly over an hour long. But I I realized this. The entire demo. Yep, we're gonna go through the entire demo. Which is only 3 scenes, and we made it through 1 during like the announcement, but we are starting over and going back all the way through, just because I wanna, not only do I really want to go through the story again, and actually like read it all out for everyone kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, that's mostly the same reason, is honestly just like, I just really want to just actually like go through and reread it again and give everyone a chance who hasn't like played it or is interested in checking it out but hasn't, like, a chance to be like, here, you can come here, you can check it out, see if you like it or not. Oh, it's this game. Yes, the game they were playing during the announcement. Might need to ask for the streaming role just to link your streams in the Elon server, because I know you'll forget. Wait, what does that mean? How dare? Question, what's the moving text button? Spacebar. So, if you want to ban something, ban the spacebar. Wait, do you mean like, you might need to ask for it, or I might need to ask for it kind of thing? Like, what do you mean by that? You haven't posted it yet, and you said it was done. Oh, no. Sorry. I had posted it on Blue Sky and on Twitter. I'm now getting it like ready all up on Discord. Actually, you're very right. I don't have permission. Never mind. I'll definitely have to reach out to people to be like, hey guys, can I get that? So you can also advance text with shh, don't say that part. I said the spacebar is a trick. It was the trick. Because both work, so I was only gonna give Reaper one of them. No. And enter. No, you can't be giving away all our secrets. Also, technically for me, because of my mouse... Oh, I don't know if I've talked to you guys about this. I use a left-handed mouse despite not being left-handed. So for me, it's right-click that actually does it. So you could ban... Like, granted, I just kind of ruined it. I could have just been like, haha, guys, I'm using a different button that y'all didn't talk about. But yeah, no, I just kind of outed myself right there. That's sad. But yeah, no, I'll get permission for that after this stream, because I don't want to spend time doing that now and checking out to see if we can get anyone to do that for me. And A, and whatever controller you have. True. See, Reaper, again, if you want to fully disable us, you're gonna have to save up a lot more. Yawn, I hate this conversation. What do you mean you hate this conversation? Which one? The apples one? Because if so, I apologize. I didn't like that one too. And so, it's something that was just on my mind of like, am I the only person who feels like this? Otherwise, what conversation do you mean? How dare? How dare? I can ask myself and mention that Bellflowers can't post there. Oh, if you could do that, that would be so lovely. Thank you very much. I'd appreciate that. Oh, that was a good pop. I don't know if you guys heard that. I apologize if you did, but that was a good pop right there on the wrist. But I've also been like really interested in actually like playing Marvel Rivals, but it's one of those things of like, I'm just trying to catch up on the backlog of everything. That's like one of all the games that we're going to be streaming. It's just games I've been wanting to play for like a long time. So that's a lot of it. So I'm like, do I really want to take the time to play this game? Especially because I'm not the biggest fan of like playing, unless it's like a mobile game. I don't like playing games that don't have ends to them. And that's like kind of like that, or like Overwatch. Like I tried getting into Overwatch when it first came out, but I'm like, but there's not like an end point that I'm like working towards. Like I'm not really working towards anything here. So I'm like, do I really want to play it? That's also why I can never really get into Minecraft. Like I'd build a couple of houses and I'm like, yeah, I could go fight the Ender Dragon, but that's not really like the same thing, you know? Like there's not like something you're like following along essentially. So that they've never been like my types of games, despite looking like a ton of fun. So it'd be something I'd get into, play like 2 or 3 rounds, and then be like, cool, I'm good now, bye, and then never play it again. But I am very happy that it does look like a ton of fun for everyone who is actually going into it and getting into it and doing that kind of stuff. Let me go over here. Okay. Yeah, I was just checking on stuff because I was getting a slight little notification that stuff was going wrong on the YouTube side of things, which isn't unusual. So we're fine there. We're fine. Left a message in the help desk. You should get the ability to post there soonish, I think. Awesome. Sweet. Thank you so much. You are so helpful, and I always appreciate it. Nah, I'm chill. Nah, you're chill? Sweet, sweet. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you're chill. Well, with that being said, again, since we're going to try and get into this, and again, which I don't mind. Here's the thing. I want a preference. So on the twofold stream, I realized we only got through like 2 total scenes, which I don't mind at all. But my goal specifically for tonight is to get through this. But I also, you know, don't want to neglect anyone. So if we still want to like talk and chill while we're going through it, we absolutely can. Because we have, again, a few hours to get through it. But that is the goal, is to get through it all tonight. So yeah, with that being said, let's just move on over to the gaming screen and get on into it. Hello? Oh, there we go. I was so scared. I was like, please, don't be scuffed already. We're like 10 seconds in. Oh no. Who is that on YouTube? Oh, it's Weed. Weed's over here on YouTube. Has mentioned Studio Lawn one time. Maybe I should have specified not during. You forgot the accent mark? I'm okay. Can I admit something very embarrassing right now? I don't know how to do accents on like actual keyboards. I don't know how to do so. Also, wow, on the first one this time. That's incredible. Good job. GG. Fair enough. But I probably should have specified, yeah, maybe we should like not do like the Elan counter during like Studio Lawn things. Otherwise it's just gonna shoot up. It's just gonna like skyrocket, which isn't like really fair. But that's all on me. That's completely 1010% on me. I should have specified like, yeah, this is for like if we talk about it in non-Elan related things, because it does have a tendency to come up just about everywhere. So, but yeah, let's get on into. God, I love the title screen music. Whoa. Are you as impressed with I am that it actually happened to Reaper immediately? Cause yeah, that's insane. Also, wait, when it... Oh, that's so funny. I don't think I realized that when it times you out, it deletes all your messages. Like, I knew that's how, like, normal timed out work, but I just don't think I realized that's how it actually worked with, like, the gun and everything. So that's funny. But gosh, do Alt plus 020, wait, 0201? What does that do? Hang on. What does that do? Oh, for the accents. Okay. Yeah, no, I should probably look into that, shouldn't I? And not look into it, but like, I'm just gonna copy and paste your message really quick. And then, so then that way I can update it after the stream is done. 'Cause that would be super nice. Because whenever I'm, doing like Studio Lawn things, I always just end up typing in just like Elan, and it's like, I know it's not right, but like, I don't know how to do it on my keyboard, and that's where I'm doing all my stuff at, essentially. So it's like, uh-oh, what am I supposed to do about it? I don't know. Granted, I also probably just could have looked it up. There's an easier way, but this is faster and easier to explain. No, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, I was just about to ask about that. Go wishlist a Tithe and... A Tithe. A Tithe and Blood. That's how you pronounce the name. I think I've been cursed. I think I've been cursed to say it improperly every time. ATIB in blood. That gives very SMH my head kind of energy. Wait, hang on. The game's not the correct size. Hang on. Do. No, hang on. Where are you? Actually, I think I'm going to just add a new capture for this, just so I don't have to... There we go. There's, did the new capture for it work? I'm not sure. Whatever. I'll just adjust its size in a second. Ever played Baldi's Basics? I have not, but isn't that kind of like one of those, like, mascot horror games? Like, oh, it's because I haven't cropped it. Oh, that's fine. I think I'm just gonna turn off the frames for tonight then, just so we don't have to spend too much time doing it. Yeah, technically, kind of. What do we mean technically-ish? Because I feel like in that circumstance, it kind of is... Well, no, I don't want to be like... To simplify things that much, you know? He live now. I love blood. Have I not been live this whole time? But yeah, no, again. So you're gonna love this game, Weed. You're gonna love it. It's not that scary. Well, I think that, but that's like... kind of the fundamental issue with mascot horror is that, like, they're not that scary, you know? Like, Poppy's Playtime has, like, a little bit of a scare. Like, I think while going through that game, like, granted, I haven't actually played it, I just watch people play it, like everyone does with mascot horror games. There was, like, one moment where I got, like, kind of spooked, and it was just, like, at the very start of, like, the Huggy Wuggy chase. It's perfectly made, not scary. It's more of a strategy game. Oh, okay. It's basically Slenderman. How dare you, Slenderman? Listen. I've played, like, games like Amnesia: The Dark Descent, Resident Evil 7. Some of the games that people are like, these are, like, the scariest games of all time. And I'm like, fine. Completely not scared at all. But Slenderman, I think it's just because I played it too much as a kid, so it's, like, trauma in my brain. But I get so scared playing that game. It's an issue. Granted, I do start like getting not scared when I lose a lot, which then just makes me frustrated. But up until that point, I'm like terrified. So I will not take this slander of Slenderman. The flowers of summer shall wither, the leaves of autumn shall fall. Also, I'm going to specify, the way we're going to be reading this, just because, like, not everyone here understands, like, Japanese and everything, is that I want to let them talk, and then I'll talk, just to let the voice acting still play out, because I do want to hear it, and I want everyone else to hear it, but I also want to read it out, just because I know that, like, the way I put it is, like, some people like to treat listening to visual novels as, like, an audiobook, essentially. Like, when I played through Fate, that's how I got a lot of things about that, like being like, hey, like, this is, like, great to listen to in the background kind of thing. And so, like, I want to do the same thing here, but I don't want to, like, talk over the voice acting. That kind of defeats the point. Flowers? Yes, there are flowers here. You're going to feel so represented. You're going to feel so seen by this game, Weed. I'm so happy for that. It's the same idea as Slenderman, just way less scary. Oh, okay. Are you going to do unique voices for every character? Oh my gosh, we should. I haven't really done that on here, but, like, again, to keep talking about Fate, when I was going through that one, I absolutely gave every character their own voice. Granted, it kind of turned into a disaster when the character wouldn't show up for, like, 17 episodes, and I have to be like, oh god, what voice did I do for them? I don't know. But over here, we've only ever done, like, stuff that has voice acting with it. Granted, we've also done Undertale, and I, inconsistently would give characters voices there. I think specifically, like, Papyrus and Sans, I gave voices. And then everyone else is just kind of like, hey, what's up? It's me, your boy Undyne. How's it going? It's not really the same thing. But yes, I want to give everyone voices here, because that's fun. I did give Sans a voice when I read his stuff. Yes, you did, and I appreciated that so much. Because I think it's, like, I know some people think it's, like, super cringe to give characters, like, oh, is this person really gonna do character voices? Can't you just like read it? And it's like, but like, it's fun. I enjoy doing the character voices, so that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do.
移ろいゆく世界に私たちは抗う運命にある。
Against a transient world, we are
人間
doomed.
の
Oh,
永遠の愚行
I'm
に対して
so sorry. There was such a long pause there. I thought you were done. My apologies, Queen. Forgive me. I don't care. I love doing character voices. Exactly, exactly. Like, I've seen so many people be against it, but I'm like, that ain't gonna stop me from wanting to do it, so here we are. Against a transient world, we are doomed to defiance, to the eternal folly of man.
そして冬の雪が舞い降りる。
And so, the winter snow falls. Like, the only time I, like, do want to do, like, my normal voice is probably for, like, the main character, and then also for, like, the narration, essentially. I had a wider range of voices when I was little, but it's great English practice to maintain different voices while speaking. Oh, no, for sure. Definitely, definitely. I think it also just, like, helps you, like, almost no matter what you're doing. Like, I noticed when I would do the character voices, I would stumble less over my words. Because I think part of, like, what it is, like, I've been told it's, like, part of, like, the ADHD of, again, like, my brain's just, like, moving all over the place in a bunch of different ways. So my brain has a hard time, like, translating all those thoughts into words because, like, my brain's, again, like, already kind of moved on from what I'm currently saying. But when you're doing the character voices, it kind of requires you to, like, to lock in more. So then you, like, have to... You focus on it a little bit more, so, like, it's easier for you to, like, be present with what you're speaking, so then you don't stumble over your words as much. I use video games to practice voice acting, and that's such a fun way to do it when you're just reading everything out. That's such a fun way to, like, get better at that kind of stuff. Which is funny, because, like, there's, like, definitely some moments where I'm, like, reading it out, I'm like, oh my gosh, is this, like, what voice acting's like? And then I'll go and, like, read the next line and be like, nope, that was the worst thing ever. I'm not, nope, nope, nope. Those same people who are against it then complain your voice doesn't fit the character. See, I've never had, like, that complaint before. But I could also definitely, because it's the internet and everyone loves to just be mad, I could definitely see people being like, oh, they're doing character voices, that's so cringe. But this voice actually doesn't match the character. Like, your normal voice doesn't match the character, so I don't like it. I could definitely see people being upset about that and annoying. So that's fair, that's fair. A terrible chill hangs in the air, the season proving bitter as it so often is here. On this cold day, a great throng of students slowly shuffles through the piled snow of the university grounds. The day's lecture is finally over. Some gossip freely with friends, while others fawn over their partners. Most, however, stroll silently. Gosh, the art for this game so freaking pretty. Amidst the sea of people walks one unremarkable student among many. It went without saying that I'd go to university. I was called smart, clever, intelligent. I quietly liked the praise and saw no reason to fight others' ambitions for me. As long as people told me I was doing well, I hardly cared what I did. Redeemed a timeout. Awesome. Good job. Good job doing that to yourself. Wait. Redeemed timeout? And then Tracy, wait, you also timed them out? Do those two timeouts stack? Is it like they're timed out for 500 seconds and then now they're essentially timed out for 1,100 seconds? Is that how that would work? Speaking of voice, I'm so excited to browse my email on Tuesday. Oh, I'm so excited to hear how all that goes. It's gonna feel like just like opening presents, probably like, ooh, how's this one? Ooh, how's this one? It's gonna be incredible. No, it doesn't stack. That's so sad. That's so sad. No, the redeem doesn't time you out. It doesn't? But that's like the point. Hang on, am I false advertising on accident? I thought it timed people out. That's so cringe. She's so cool. I don't know how to put it. I find her to be so incredible. Like, probably like outside of like Aspen is probably the character I relate to the most out of like the Studio Lawn games I've played. And it's like not like it's all of like I really don't want to like do stuff, and it's like, oh no, crap, you gotta set up a bot to make it do it automatically. Oh, so I did it manually. Oh, well, I do appreciate you doing that. Then I'll definitely look into getting it so then maybe there's a way I can connect it to Moobot so then Moobot can do that for us. Because that'd be really nice if you didn't have to like worry about doing that. So she gives me the gay warm and fuzzies and NGL. That you know what? That is a fair thing that she gives you. She is very pretty, and she also like one of my favorite like aesthetics is like winter wear. That's why like this is probably going to be a weird place for my mind to go. That's why I like Platinum's look a lot over Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, is just because everyone's just bundled up. Everyone's like ready for the cozy winter, and it's like, yes, I love that. It looks so good. I saw what he said before he redeemed it, and he said he doesn't want to be here anymore. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I can't fault anyone for that, so I don't like the glasses. Do you have something against glasses? Is there something you want to expand upon there, or is it just her glasses? Hmm? Hmm? No? Wait, no, which one? I said like 3 things. You say that, but Homegirl Dawn isn't wearing pants. Okay, but if you look at her, like, from the waist up, doesn't she look so cozy? Doesn't it? Like, I also realized that, like a few years ago, being like, why isn't she wearing pants? We're in Snowpoint City. She's wearing a scarf and a big old coat. Where are the pants at? But it's like, you know, outside of that, super cozy. No, her, ayo. Well, hang on. But she's wearing a big coat. It's a massive coat, okay? We're not talking about anything wrong here. But I do appreciate that it's just her glasses and not mine. I do appreciate that. Harmony PLA, female protagonist, is the first female protagonist in the entire franchise, including spin-offs, to wear pants. Wait, Harmony? Is that... So, Platinum's female protagonist? Or... And you know what? Wait, hang on. Wait. Massive? You want to know what else is massive? The sun. So true. So true. ZA? Is that true? Chris doesn't wear pants. She wears shorts. Same thing with Lyra. Green wears a skirt. Or I guess blue, depending on where you're from. May also wears shorts. I guess you count Rosa because she wears like the leggings and stuff. Would you count leggings as pants? Because I feel like I would. But if not, then yeah. Then yeah. Even then, it's like it took till Gen 5 to get it, so. Because I think I would count it personally, but I would understand it if people didn't. I wouldn't because the outfit is predominantly shorts. Okay, well, but it's shorts over the leggings. You know, it's combining the two. Because I think, gosh, we're going on such a Pokemon tangent right now, but I'm okay with that. I love it. Because Nate in Black and White 2 also has like the same look, I'm pretty sure, where it's like shorts and then kind of like leggings under it. And then a lot of the other guys also just wear shorts. It's really like not until Lucas where they start wearing pants. Well, I guess Red. Never mind. Instantly what I was saying, wrong. Because Red wears pants, and then Ethan and Brendan wear shorts. Nate wears like the shorts leggings combo. I guess, never mind. The guys are either constantly in shorts or pants, either one. So that's totally fair. Would you believe me if I said I was actually Reaper? No, I would not. Because I'm not, lol. I was thinking about that, I was like, but I've also seen you and Reaper in the same room at the same time, like in the YouTube chat. So I'm like, I don't think we could. I don't think I believe that. But you did give me doubts. I was like, oh my gosh, has this just been like the longest con ever? That I'd be impressed. So every spin-off protagonist and all of them follow this. I like that you replied to what you said about it. Because yeah, no, you're right. If you don't count the leggings, then yeah, because I'm pretty no. Doesn't Serena? She just wears like long socks. Yeah, I replied because you missed the message. Oh, That was definitely a moment of like I read it in my brain and just didn't read it out loud. So that's totally fair why you needed to do that. Tracy has... Wait, what? What do you mean by that? 34 minutes late? Not too bad for my norm. Listen, you say that, but I think... Oh, are you saying that because of replying to their own message? Is that what you mean? Has a long skirt. Do they not also wear long socks? I mean, you're granted, you didn't really say that they didn't. Serena, X and Y. Yeah, it's just the long socks. That's all it is. That's why it looks at it. Yeah, socks. I'm not saying that they are pants. I'm just saying that they are pants. I was like, because I remember like her legs like being covered, and I was like, but was it like with leggings like Rosa, or was it with just long socks? I couldn't remember. So I needed to check. I needed to check. But like, listen, Seal, you have like a very like split track record of like instantly being here and then being like 30 minutes late. So I think you've like averaged out pretty well to having a pretty good track record, IMO. Socks can be shoes though? No, 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 they can't. I strongly disagree. That's an incorrect, that's a false statement. If you were writing that statement as a code, it would fail and crash the game. If you're ever walking around with just socks on, and you're like, hey, aren't my shoes lit? No, they're not. Those aren't shoes. But welcome in, Seal. I hope your night's going well. I wouldn't say I have a career in mind, nor any particular plan for the future. I barely chose this way of life at all. I simply fell into it. Things happened around me, and I followed the path of least resistance. Oh, I'm not clicked onto the game. My stuff immediately like moved over. Oopsies. There we go. I never considered what would happen when I had to think for myself. Gosh, she's so real, so based. The train rattles and shakes as it trundles along the desolate city outskirts. The air inside stifling from the heaters. The seats always fill before I get on, so standing for the awkwardly long ride has become a normal by now. What else to do? I stare out the train doors. My thoughts soon turn inward, as they so often do in quiet moments. Socks can be shoes, though, deserving to be a quote. There's no quote bot? Oh, I thought I set one of those up. Also, people love to quote bait. I don't think I'm smart enough to do that. The way I tend to like stream or record is it's just a flow of consciousness. For better or worse, it's just whatever is going through my mind is what you guys are hearing. So, message redacted. What did you redact over there, Weed? They're Air Jordans. With little else to do, I stare out the train doors. My thoughts soon turn inward, as they so often do in quiet moments. Not needing to study a day of high school has paradoxically made university all the worse. Faced with more difficult problems, and never having needed to work at understanding something before me, I found myself restless. One might turn to friends for support, but my nature seems to drive others away. I always got on better with teachers than other students in any case. The city outside, the amount of field trips I went on as a kid where I didn't, or even through like middle school into high school, where I didn't talk to like any of like my fellow classmates and I just talked with the teachers the entire time is a lot. That's why I didn't have many friends in high school unless it was like the classic like extrovert thing of like, you're my best friend now. I didn't make any friends outside of the teachers. Holy, she just like me. Oh, I mean chatter, stream quote. Wait, stream quote baiting can be funny. You know what, that's fair. But at the same time, if you guys say something funny, then you said something funny. Wait. No, I don't want to wake up. Wait. Let's calm it with those kinds of jokes, though, Reaper. Let's calm it with that. There's a comment in my message. It's there to punctuate. Oh, well, I think I still read it like that. I just like misinterpreted your message. A little off topic since I noticed the word gray in the short text. How do you spell it? Gray or gray? Oh, On the first book that I ever tried writing, I had a huge conversation with a friend about this because there was a character in it named Gray. So it got to the the point where I made it a personal goal that whenever I'm spelling Gray the color, it's Grey, and if it's ever like the name Gray, then it's Gray. Gray is American English, Gray is British English. American English is so silly. We change things so unnecessarily. Like armor. I'm one of the people who I like the fact that there's a U in armor with the British English. I don't think he liked the pun. No, I liked the pun. I just didn't want to give you the satisfaction personally. So I'm feeling gray. Well, you're looking pretty black and white right now. So like color and color. Yeah. I like the U on like colors that end with like lore or more, like stuff like that a lot more. Defense is American English. Defense is British English. And I like I think on that one, I'm not sure which one I like more, just because I'm personally a massive hater of C just being a conglomerate of other letters jobs. Like, C is just K, and it also does S's job, but it's so kind of arbitrary when it does S. We've been here for so long that the train like looped in on itself, like the sound effects for it. That's incredible. So I'm like, I think I'd rather get rid of K, keep C, have it just do K's job, and just have S do its own job. But I do like how defense looks in the British version, but I hate it on principle. So this goes American English, this goes English British, and I think I can speak. Red leather, yellow leather. DISC looks so much cleaner, doesn't it? It looks so nice and crispy. It looks so good. No Second Amendment is American English defense. Wait. No Second Amendment is American English defense is British English. Can you try that one more time really quick? Can you try it? Can you try it one more time? It's a politics joke. I spelled it that way my entire life. If it is a politics joke, I'm like, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Hang on. Oh. It didn't even like fully load on what I was looking up, and I was like, yeah, no, the right to bear arms. Yeah, no, I understand. I understand the joke now. I'm with you. Because in my brain I was like, but that's the right to bear arms. What does that have to do with defense? And I was like, okay, no, I see what you're playing at here. The city outside becomes distance, its glass buildings reflecting a gray sky. The only color... Look at that! They have... Hang on. Is my cursor picking up on screen? Womp. No, it's not. Okay, I can't highlight it. But they spell color the fancy way in here. And that feels very validating for the conversation that we just had. Oh, look, shadows. Yeah, there's a lot of shadow peoples around here, giving me some very heavy Soul Eater vibes. Also gray. You're, oh my gosh, you're so right. Gosh, this is so validating to me. The only color to be seen is that of the bright red Sapporo TV tower. Its wireframe girders beaming through the white snow. Not having traveled outside of Hokkaido, it's difficult to view life here in an objective sense. That remoteness hasn't hurt the city, though, having every convenience one could hope for despite its distance from Tokyo. The snow season has brought the annual increase in tourists with it, a topic of some debate given the fuss and crowding they cause. The hotels and snowfields continue their trade, though, and as while Sapporo may be the capital of Hokkaido, their money is still sorely needed. Cranes work day and night to build new apartments, the city's population ever rising. The bustling train station is one of the most modern in the country, a landmark of glass outside and high technology inside. Even the trains themselves are kept in eerily perfect condition, as if every trip were the first of the day. Sapporo never stops changing in order to keep up, as if locked in a rivalry with Tokyo's modernity. Modernity. I can, that, whenever it gets like any kind of word like that, I do struggle with it though. Is any of this right? I couldn't really say. Like me, everyone keeps going about their day in this ever-changing city, even as the past disappears around us for modern developments, new businesses, and more money. That place now passing by the train window is where I was born, and where I expect to die. Which is such an existential thought to have of like, you know what? There's a very high likelihood that that is the place I'm going to go out, because I'm just planning to be here my entire life, so like, where else would it happen, you know? Like, as soon as I read that, I was like, where is that's gonna happen to me? Probably. Like, unless I, like, move away, I'm also probably just gonna be born in the same place. I mean, die in the same place I was born. Hey, look, it's my good friend wait, hang on. Hey, look, it's my good friend Shadow Monster, also known as Jeremy. Jeremy, no. So, hey, we're still with Jeremy. We're still on the train. So, Jeremy's still around. I personally prefer the English spelling of everything except disc and savor. What do you mean by that? What do you mean you don't like that spelling of disc or savor? Listen, those two, S tier. S tier ways to spell it. What are you question marking right now? What do you mean? Literally said the opposite. Oh, except. Etoble. Apologies. Apologies for that. Despite making my main thing reading, you know, not very good at it. Also, yes, I am weed. Nope, don't believe it. Don't believe it for a second. That place now passing by the train window is... Oh, we read that line. Perhaps it's fate that I live in this grayscale city. So fitting is it for someone like me. Gosh, she's so edgy, but in like the best way. The walk from the station to my house is thankfully much shorter, though. The idea of selling it and getting an apartment closer to school is something I've considered more than once. Having passed the local cemetery on the way, I enter. Having flipped off my shoes, the patter of feet on wood echoes about as I enter the spacious living room. A flimsy plastic bag carries dinner from the nearby convenience store in one hand, while the well-worn messenger bag for school remains strapped over my shoulder. It was only funny when I did it, says Weed. You know, I do love the confidence you got there, though, Weed. I do appreciate it. As my eyes adjust to the light, a familiar unease comes over me, the unease of true solitude. A haunting silence hangs in the air, the room sighs only magnifying the effect. Few things provoke this unsettling feeling so deeply as an empty house which shouldn't be. I think this right here is like kind of where I relate like really hard to Honoka, because I am like super heavily introverted, so being around people is just the most exhausting thing you could ever imagine for me. So I really, really crave my alone time. But then once I get it, it's just like she says, like the unease of like truly being alone now. And it's like, ooh, it feels weird. It feels weird. What is that background sound? Oh, oops. Okay, you figured it out. It was on your end. Okay, okay, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I have a bit of a migraine today, so I think I'll just lean back and listen unless I gotta react to / answer anything, lol. No, that's completely fair. I hope you get feeling better. You gotta do what you gotta do. So, get feeling better, please. Also, that really does suck, because, like, having migraines is awful. It hurts so bad just to think, and it's like, so, yeah, no, please get feeling better. Also, is that why you liked Hannah? Maybe. Maybe I really related to her as someone who craves people but physically can't stand to be around them at any point. I related really hard. So I'm never alone with I have the voices in my head. I'm fine. Listen, you also have the chats, you know. we're also here to constantly talk to you. We can be the voices in your head too. Somehow? What do you mean somehow? Weed? What's that to? Was that to be calling you confident? With my money largely going toward university fees and keeping the house, most of the rooms have been neglected. The table before me might appear a stately wooden construction, but the lie is exposed by the veneer having flaked off a corner, exposing cheap particle board. I forgot. Fair. Based. I'll go to a furniture store and replace it sometime, I think to myself, as I hang my coat and bag. Of course, sometime is vague enough that I can rationalize away that time never coming. With my food quickly growing colder, the house itself being a little warmer than outside, I settle myself down on the cushion. The air soon fills with the steady and monotonous voice of a television news presenter as I begin to eat. The lukewarm set meal is, for better or worse, consistent in the way convenience store food usually is. The same goes for the bitter green tea which washes it down. If your green tea is bitter, you just made it wrong. Well, green tea isn't the best tasting thing. Bitter is not the way I describe it. The occasional click of chopsticks is all that serves to punctuate the uninteresting news report. The woman's voice rattling off the details of another traffic accident from the snow-covered roads. A routine day, much like any other this year. My attention beginning to drift from disinterest, my eyes settle on the cardboard box to the side of the table. I half-heartedly consider throwing it away, but like most, I decide to use it for storage. For what and when, I hardly know. So I do the exact, whenever I get any kind of like package or present or anything, I have an entire closet, like the bottom of it is just filled with cardboard boxes with the same idea of, I'll use these for something eventually. And that is 9 times out of 10, either a birthday present or a Christmas present for somebody else. She just like me for real. Again, see, I haven't even pointed out all the things I'm like, I relate to that, because I'm like, this is just like... This is how I feel seen by this character, is because everything she says, I'm just like, yep, that's me. Imagine if Dark couldn't read because he had no glasses. Listen, I would do my best. It would just be a lot of me just leaning my face up against the screen and trying to do my best. So I don't get the relatability. Well, if you don't get the relatability, then that just simply means that you don't relate, which is totally fine. It still has the shipping label attached, now that I look at it. To think that one thoughtless order of an otherwise nondescript book from some second-hand store would change my life, so much of my life. The idle thought confirms my plans for the evening. Putting myself to work in order to calm my nerves, I turn off the television and sort the remnants of dinner into burnable and recyclable trash. With that, I take a long breath and head to the study. Even as I walk up the stairs, I become acutely aware of the sensations from the bandages on my left arm, a now permanent reminder of this grim pastime. A lavish room is revealed as I enter, the musty smell of books and old furniture hanging in the air. The haphazard collection of antiques and oddities is the result of a year haunting local antique stores and online marketplaces. Bandages? Yeah, don't worry, we'll get to it, don't worry. She reads. Now I definitely don't get it. Oh, that's like the most unrelatable part of Honoka is that she reads. You know what? Fair enough. Anything to take my mind off of what was happening around me. My eyes move down to the floor. What started as pleasant dark wood is now blighted with remnants of dried blood. The stains run deep no matter how hard I've tried to clean it. The sight going unnoticed by anyone else is one of the few advantages to living alone. Stepping around the faded remnants of chalk between the wood panels, I stride over to my desk. My laptop full of translation notes lies to one side, while a time-worn leather-bound book lays open on the other. It's likely the oldest object for many miles around and treated accordingly. Alright, time to do my best. Oh wait, no, there's the translation right above it. Never mind, not gonna do my best. Assorted notes on the nature of blood magic. The title alone made me curious, a curiosity which soon developed into obsession. Before long, that obsession turned from the intellectual to the practical. With some reverence, I carefully leaf through the pages. The words of the author, one Isabella di Mora, speak across the ages as I scan the page. Translating the Italian text has been slow going, not helped by its archaic form, but what progress I've made has yielded good results. Rather, it's been my body which has slowed me more than anything else. Looking between the floor and books several times, I attempt to visualize the patterns needed to replicate Isabella's experiments. The glyphs and patterns are strange and complex, more than one attempt ending in dismal failure. Realizing I began to draw this out to avoid the unnecessary pain for as long as possible, I set the book down at its open pages, and set about the preparations. Taking a piece of chalk from the pile of seemingly unrelated items on my desk, I kneel down and begin to retrace the intricate plans detailed in the book's pages, every so often standing to consult the sketches I'm using as guides. There's an odd beauty to the intricate patterns slowly appearing on the floor. One concentric ring is followed by another, mysterious symbols and figures filling the spaces between them. Satanic rituals, let's go. Technically not far off. You know, well, you know, differences, but you'll see. Slowly but surely, the detailing comes to an end and the last of the lines meet. Coming to my feet, I set the chalk back down and set about the more distasteful side of the process. My heart racing, I pull up my left sleeve to well above the elbow, revealing the blotchy cream-colored bandages stretching down a good portion of my arm. There's a strange feeling in keeping something hidden despite being surrounded by oblivious others. This grid reminds me of quantum mechanics. Can you please elaborate on that more? Because I'm very uneducated in quantum mechanics specifically. Little by little, I unravel the dressing, leaving enough at the top of my arm to avoid it falling. As the skin beneath is revealed, one dark red line after another blights the pale flesh around it. Some have already scarred, soreness and itching reminding me of their presence. Reaching to the desk, I take my knife in hand. The blade is nondescript by choice, bought along with random items I didn't need to avoid arousing suspicion. Bringing it to my arm, I hover above a spot below the last cut, in hopes of not interfering with its healing. My heart begins racing as the knife settles against the skin. The sound of my breathing is maddeningly loud as it reverberates around the room, becoming ragged. My knuckles whiten as I clutch the knife's cold metal handle in my shaking palm. I dearly hope this inhumane act against myself would become more natural, but even now my instincts scream at me to stop. Instinct isn't so easily snuffed out. As the moon's light glints off the coldly utilitarian blade, I press the tip of the knife to the side of my arm. In one practiced motion, I overcome my body's pleading and force myself to slice the blade across. Pain lances through my body and mind, the grating of my teeth and the only thing stopping my painful whimpers from escaping. The tool's job done, I throw it to the ground and clutch my arm tightly. Dark crimson fluid seeps from the open wound, soon flowing freely down my arm and over my hand. Crouching down, I put myself to work to pull what attention I can from the wound. Putting my hand out before me, I straighten my index and middle fingers as thick, warm blood begins to drip from them. Trying my best to minimize my nervous shaking, the chalk outlines soon turned red as I traced them out at a slow but steady pace. I have to take this carefully, I remind myself. My body can't afford to do this often, every attempt meaning days of recovery. I'm already weak and the winter's efforts hardly help. As the last of the white chalk turns to a wine-dark red, I stand once more and glance about. The moonlight reflects off the fresh blood, a slow trickle still dropping to the floor from my arm. A certain dissonance strikes me between the messy red spatters strewn across the floor and the intricate Byzantine patterns they form. The panic thought of this being some descent into madness briefly passes my mind. What madman, what crazed murderer could stand in such a spectacle and think themselves sane? Rather than fear such thoughts, I treasure them as I close my eyes shut. They're confirmation that I've not yet lost my mind. I can still see this from the outside. I'm still human. As the book says, I concentrate on imagining the symbols and patterns around me in my mind. My emotions begin to shift and ebb, my nerves somehow becoming swept along in the strangely calming sensation. As if caught in a river, my thoughts begin to flow. Rather than fight it as I first did, I allow the slow and uneasy trickle to take me, surrendering to the movements in my mind. Some are pleasant, others horrendous, but all prove fleeting and impermanent. What was a river soon becomes a torrent, identifiable memories and concepts becoming abstract and indistinct. Thoughts, feelings, sensations all merge together in a surging rush. All physical sense of my body long gone as every emotion pours through me at once. In the swirling and flowing mass of the bedrock below it, all begins to sway in the swelling flood. My sense of self nudges and rocks at first, held by the deepest roots, yet little by little against the surging flood. Oh, that's dark. You're only human after all. That's why there's like a very like big like that's why the game starts off with the trigger warning being like, hey, if you aren't okay with like these subjects or like they'll affect you in any way, then yeah, it does get pretty heavy here. I can relate, not the blood part, of course, but wait, whoa, this game reminds me I should probably pay attention to the story. No, you're all good. If you wanna bring up something that the game reminds you of, then absolutely go for it. So yeah, if you ever wanna like talk about why that reminds you of the quantum mechanics, then absolutely go for it. The writing's so cool, but Jesus Christ, how much I hate the heartbeat sounds, the migraine thought. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I'm so sorry. I should have, because you can turn off the heartbeats, and I didn't think about that throbbing in your head. Like, probably sucked a lot for you. So, you can't hear the heartbeat? Oh, weird. It probably has, like, maybe there's something wrong with, like, your sounds then. I don't know. Yeah, hide my anxiety. Yeah, that's kind of like why I wanted it to, keep it, because I like the effect that it has. I feel like it really like, because like the whole point of that is to like not feel comfortable with it all, you know? And the heartbeats like adds to that feeling so well. You like scaring people. I mean, when it's supposed to be kind of like a scary, intense scene, I mean a little bit, a little bit. Because again, the whole point of that scene is to make you uncomfortable and make you go, oh gosh, what she's doing is really wrong. And like the heartbeat just adds to that feeling so much. So that's why you're awesome. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. But I just power through it because I don't want to inconvenience the stream. No, you're totally fine. If like again, if other people have like stuff like that, like they can't listen to it, then we could absolutely like turn stuff like that off. So we're very good there. Even flowery / weed questions this. Never mind. Yeah, no, they're Flowey's on my side with it. /weed. They think it adds to it a lot, and I appreciate that. Uncomfortable with the blood, fleshy sound effects, so I suicide idolation, but I draw the line at heartbeats. Lamau. To be fair, is it just cause you have the migraine, or do you just hate the heartbeat sounds in general? Cause it's one of those things. It's kind of like the same reason I like horror games. Like I like that the heartbeats are making me uncomfortable because I like the way I put it is I like controlled uncomfortability. You know, again, it's the same reason why people like horror games. It's like this horribly like uncomfortable thing because it makes me feel uneasy too. But I'm like, but that's like kind of the point. And it's like not doing it in like a gratuitous way or anything like that. It's just being like, we're just gonna make you uncomfy. When did I say I didn't like it? It's an awesome effect. Sorry, did I accuse you of not liking it? If I did, then I apologize. I'll reply when the ads end. Fair enough. See, again, that's the perks of the YouTube side. You know, I do definitely treat you guys like a middle child. But you know, you don't have to deal with the ads, so that's fine. I skipped ads. Is there a skip ad button? I did not know that. Interesting. But yeah, no, I really like that scene. I do. It does such a good job of just like putting you. Wait, who's the youngest child? That if we ever start streaming on TikTok, that'll be the youngest child. Or I guess we could just say like my other, honestly, well no, because youngest child gets treated the best. You know? It's like oldest. No, there's Noi, and I skipped it. What? Can you elaborate on that? I don't understand what that means. Because like oldest gets a lot of like good treatment because they're the first kid. Like the parents are like, we're gonna try at this 100% and probably mess up bad because we've never done this before, so we've never done it. But then there's not that well, I'm confused by what you mean, Reaper. But then the middle child is like the neglected and ignored one, and then the youngest child is the one who gets treated the best. So I guess by this logic, Twitch would be youngest. Honestly, I guess that would make you guys old, like YouTube chat oldest, and then TikTok would be the middle child because I don't stream over there. I've completely ignored it. You know what I mean? I've never done anything there. There were plans to, but I've just completely put it out. What is this conversation? To be fair, you started it by asking that question. You can only blame yourself by asking about who the youngest child is. And we had to like break it down so then we all understand the premise, I guess. You know, we had to break it down so everyone's like on the same page with it. What have I done? Well, hang on, but do you agree? Do you agree with my point though? Did I make sense? Did I elaborate on that correctly? I don't like the heartbeats even without the migraine. Tomodachi life proposal scenes make me so anxious. Do you just like really like heavily ship your Tomodachi characters and be like, please say yes, that kind of thing? Also, you are now officially the second person I know who's played Tomodachi Life. That was the craziest part of like Tomodachi Life 2 getting like announced was the only person I only ever knew one person who ever played it before, like that I know personally. But then and I barely ever saw anyone actually talk about it. But then once Tomodachi Life 2 got announced, it's like everyone's favorite game. And I'm like, what the freak is this phenomenon? Did I just miss out on this? That's crazy. But I've still never met a second person who I know personally who's played it until now. Why do I get so many strange ads? Going from pizza to an individual in a giant inflatable hot dog costume dancing around? Listen, I think ads on here are like tailored to you, you know, based on the things you watch, the things that you do. You know what it is? It's Undertale. It's because, gosh darn it, do I love getting 29 hot dogs stacked on my head. It is one of my favorite parts of the entire game. I knew you were going to say that. What do you mean? Because you knew I was going to bring up the Undertale hot dog moment? Oh my gosh, am I that predictable? Am I that easy to predict? Also, I'm glad that you agree with me, Flowey. I'm glad that you understand and we're on the same page with the child situation when it comes to chats. You know what's better than 29? 30. Yeah, but Sans isn't a real friend. Otherwise, they'd put 30 hot dogs on my head. So, no, there's a minigame where you gotta press the button when the other me is thinking about the one that's going to propose. And the heartbeat gets faster, the minigame gets harder. What the freak? I didn't know that there were like minigames that you actually like. I knew that there was like performances that you can do. You can like set up like little scenes like, here we're gonna write like songs for my Miis to sing and their little robot voices. But I assumed that was kind of it. I didn't know that there was like anything else to the game other than like setting up the Miis and then just watching them live life. I didn't know that there was other things to do. But yeah, isn't this a nice change of pace? The scenery, isn't it so pretty here now that we've moved out of her not fun room essentially? I'm a Tomodachi Life nerd. Oh my gosh, you and Plastics would get along so well. They're the only other person I know who plays Tomodachi Life, and I think he has 3 copies of it. is how much he likes it. Definitely much more calming, very relaxing. Yeah, it is. It's such a nice contrast to the scene that we just went through. If you want me to go in a rant, shoot me a call. You know what? Hang on. Maybe if we can get through all this tonight, then ooh. Did you mean right now, like on stream, or just like later? What did you mean by that? Cause Either way, I think I'm good on doing it. I'm not like I'm good on like not doing it, but I think I'm good either way on doing it. I'm getting flashbacks during this game. Flashbacks to what specifically? Oh, I don't mind either option, whatever you prefer. Yeah, here, we can just do that really quick. Let me just quiet this game, and then you can jump on in to give your little rant. Because I know how to do this now because of you. I know how to just tell this game to shush and keep everyone else loud. Hang on. Where is it? A Tithe and Blood. Be quiet. 40%. Not because of the game, just am like happy memories. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Do. All right, here you go. Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
I hear myself. Let me mute the screen real quick.
Oh, okay, yeah, please do that. Again, don't listen to two of me.
I just want to say, it's just really stressful. Because in the minigame, so the me is like, okay, I want to propose to this character. Please let me know when they are thinking about me. So you have to press the button on the touchscreen. And, well, there's like really tight windows of when you can press the button. So you can make the progress. You have to do it 4 times, and each time the window just gets tighter, and the heartbeats get faster as everything is happening, and then you start losing lives because you get nervous, and then everything is going away, and you're just going to fumble it so bad.
And then, if you fail the mini game, does love die?
They don't get married. They don't get married.
Oh no! So not only do you have to like worry about the stress of the mini game, but you also ruin relationships if you fail. That's tragic. Yes. Yeah, that is a pretty big oof, Weed. I agree.
Yeah, and I just don't like heartbeats in general because of that stuff. Like, it's not just because of Tomodachi Life, it's just it makes me anxious, and I know that's the point, but it doesn't work on me.
Well,
the way it should.
Well, but it sounds like it is working on you if you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, it works maybe a little too well.
That's true. Maybe it's going overboard with it. It's not like, for everyone else, it's like, oh, I'm just kind of getting like uneasy here. Ooh, it's adding to the atmosphere. But for you, it's like, again, here's trauma from the past brought on by Tomodachi Life and other things. So it's like, it goes
it's not
overboard.
Just Tomodachi Life, it's always been like that.
Also, yeah, we're getting a Wild Tracy has appeared. Yes, yes, she has.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, I just needed to let all of that out.
No worries. You're all good.
Okay, should I hang up the call or should I just mute in case I need to intervene or anything?
Probably hang up the call. Otherwise, you're gonna stay on screen and just, which isn't like the worst thing ever, but like, just in case you don't talk again, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Especially since
good.
calling only takes like 2 seconds, so.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you get feeling better.
Well, I completely forgot about the migraine while I was yapping.
Well, I'm glad the Tomodachi rant could help you in that way.
Okay, I'll go back to chat now then.
Okay, awesome. Later.
Okay, see you in a bit. In a bit,
Well,
wait, what?
I'll look over at chat. See you there. Cough. Darkbender, do you bend the dark? Yes, I in fact do. I control the shadows. That's the bit. That's the lore. Lamau. Lamau. See, that again, that's the nice thing of Discord, though, is like, if there's ever anything we need to yap about in the moment, we could just hop in there and do that. It's so nice. A Wild Tracy disappears. A Wild Tracy appears in chat. Wait, I may fail on purpose now, but I don't want to fail. But I don't even have the game. See, I guess that is the thing that you would fall into, is that in order to ruin love, you'd have to fail at the minigame, but that means that you failed at something. So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation. So it's not really worth it. but yeah, the Tracy fled. The wild Tracy has fled. Oh no. I love Tomodachi Life, and I'm so glad the one on the Switch will finally add gay people. Speaking of plastics, they're also that's one of the things that they were like most excited about is like, oh my gosh, it's finally happening, it's finally happening, which is like, yes, it is happening. And again, I also have a bet going on with them. Not really a bet, but when the game comes out, I'm only going to stream it under specific circumstances, but I don't want to out them on those circumstances. So we'll just see if it happens. We'll just see if it happens. But anyway. The soft grass gently presses against my cheek, the dew of early morning contrasting to the sun's warmth. Gosh darn it, I've not clicked onto the game. That spacebar did nothing for me. Only on specific circumstances? Yeah, they gotta do a thing, and then I'll do a thing, so name one. No, again, I don't wanna out it. I don't wanna put the pressure on them. It's only if they want to. The soft grass gently presses against my cheek, the dew of early morning contrasting to the sun's warmth. My eyes slowly open, but my body feels too heavy to move. Far from being unexpected, it's now a familiar feeling. My mind too dull to do anything more, I silently watch the flowers before me gently sway in the breeze, while birds squawk in the far distance. It's all so different and so warm. Oh gosh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, so over the past 3 days, the temperature has jumped by like 30 degrees. And like it feels like overnight, all the flowers are like blooming. All the flowers and trees are blooming, and like there are some new trees planted in a park behind my house, and it's just filled with like petals. It's the prettiest thing ever. I love it. It adds so much like character to that park, because before it was just kind of like, here's normal tree. Here's the bog standard tree you see on everyone's front yard, but now they're adding some with like flowers on it, and it's like Celsius or Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit. It jumped up by 30 degrees Fahrenheit. If it jumped up by 30 degrees Celsius, I think I'd be dead. So I'd be very, very dead. With how hot it was before, I'd be dead with it increasing by 30 degrees Celsius, because it's a huge, huge difference. That's why clarifying that is very important. Studio Lawn Island would be so fun. No, that is exactly what I said to them, is like, okay, listen, you can actually like add in like LGBTQ people. So like I have to do Studio Lawn characters. It's only appropriate. Like, what else do I stream outside of Undertale on this, you know? Speaking of dying, time to gamble with my life. Have fun. Have fun. Imagine touching grass. Couldn't it be me? Oh wait, I'm a plant. Does that count for you? I feel like you have to touch other grass. You know? You have to like go out and touch like other fields of it. Like touching yourself doesn't count in that regard. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Weather in my city can vary by 20 degrees Celsius within a day and the next. Oh, so I feel like whenever something happens where you live, it kind of happens where I live too. And we're very, very far apart. Like whenever you'll be like, it's like raining, I'll get hit instantly with it. Like that same night or like the next day, it'll be like I think you were telling me one time that there was like a huge amount of wind that was like just ripping through everything. It was kind of dangerous, and a lot of rain. I was like, oh no, that really sucks. And then on my drive home to my parents' house that night, that same thing started. It was like flooding places. Things were getting like thrown all over the place. Like trash cans were ending up in like other people's yards, that kind of thing. Whenever you tell me anything about the weather around you, it happens to me. Rain. But you know what comes after the rain? A rainbow. Not always. Not always. Not if the rain ends and the cloud, like the sky is still completely and totally gray. It doesn't always work out that way. As if waking from a terribly long sleep, I warily pick myself up and my senses slowly return. A cloudless blue sky hangs above, with the lush green of the unkempt forest surrounding me. It's all so idyllic. Here, there's no bright red tower piercing a sullen sky. The world which stretches out before me couldn't be farther from the hustle and bustle of the city I've left. The warmth of spring and its many scents confuses my senses. Jarred by the shift from the cold winter's night I left. The only blemish on the scene is a column of faint smoke from the workshops in the far distance, peeking above the tree canopies. The magic worked. I thoughtlessly say the words to nobody in particular. The nature of what I've done no less surreal to me now than when the scant few other times I've successfully managed it. Go Blue Sky, go follow Dark at Blue Sky. I don't have it linked. Oh, I'm so cringe. Oh my gosh, I needed to do that. Thank you for pulling that so fast. Oh my gosh, that was impressive. Thank you for that. Yeah, no, also, I need to start posting more on there in general, because I think we've talked about this before, but I get like so much anxiety when it comes to posting things that I'll be like, oh, this would be fun to tweet out. And then I'll be like, oh, I'll get to that later. Oh, I'll get to that. I'll get to it some other time. And then I never do. I just put it off until it's been so long that it's no longer relevant to anything ever. I also want to start posting art up there again, because it was a good way to keep me motivated on doing my studies. Like I was doing a head study while watching Ratsukare's stream. They're back streaming, and I was in there hanging out while doing some head studies. And I was the first. Like, listen, I don't draw men often, but I drew such a pretty man. Oh my gosh, it's just a very rough sketch right now. But by the time I got done with it, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's gorgeous. Ooh. Listen, looking things up quickly is like my thing, Lamau. You know what? That's fair. You have very consistently done it, so you're so good at it. I tried creating another Twitter account, but it keeps erroring, and it just would not let me use it. And it just would not let me. That's so weird. That's so weird. Oops, I meant X. Never call it X, Twitter. You can call it whatever you want. I don't care for that website, lol. Yeah, you could just call it whatever you want. Legitimately, the only thing I do on it is tweet out that we're going live and schedules, and then I repost stuff from like Studio Lawn and stuff. And then the only other thing I do on it is I just look at art. That's all I use it for. I never ever touch the search bar now though, because it just leads to mistakes. It just leads to mistakes. Roran Reaper said these super deep thoughts. What happened to that? Yeah, Reaper, what happened to that? Weed says you used to be so deep, huh? What happened? What happened? Whatever. Is that whatever the social media in general? Because if so, that's pretty fair. I love the idea of social media, but then I just never end up using it. And so I just never do anything with it. Oh my gosh, I love the scuffed Lacey. She's so cute. I have no clue. I ran out. That's fair. You can only have so many deep thoughts. If you give them too often, then it's just like you're gonna run out eventually. So that's completely fair. That's so good. I love it. The scuff style of that. I'm blanking on what gotcha game did it, but for every April Fools, they change like the main like festival characters, like their art to that kind of scuffed art. FGO did FGO do that? Hang on. Oh my gosh, wait, speaking of which, I need to log into FGO. I didn't get my login today. No, hang on. We're doing that really quick. Hang on. I was actually thinking of Grand Cross, because Grand Cross, the Seven Deadly Sins game, they did a lot of that, and it was fun. But I'm blanking. Hang on. Let me. Oh wait, no, you're so right. The April Fool's sprites. Yeah. I remember what you're talking about now. I do forget about that often. A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. No, that's incorrect. One of the reasons I like struggle to sleep at night so much is because I can't turn off my brain and there's always thoughts going. And sometimes it turns into thinking about the fact that I'm thinking, but that's only when I'm trying to sleep, because I'm trying to quiet the mind, which means that I'm now thinking about the fact that I don't want to be thinking, which, turns into a vicious cycle. But outside of like specifically that circumstances, oh yes, I made it in time. I got my login. Let's go. Which outside of like that specific time, it's always like new trains of thoughts going all over the place. So I don't think I can relate to that one. But at the same time, we're also talking about your deep thoughts, so that one makes sense. Unfortunately, my senses returning to me also means that pain is among them. There we go. I quickly set about rebinding my bandages, lest anyone here see the scars now disfiguring my forearm. Groaning, I focus on making sure they're done tight and firm before fixing the ends once more. As much for myself as any other, I roll my sleeve back down afterwards to avoid the temptation to look. Adjusting my glasses and dusting myself off with my uninjured arm, I set off towards the town ahead. Oh, that's why she has the bandages. Yes, yes, yes. That is why she has the bandages. The town of Sapporo. Gosh, look at it. Look at all the pretty colors. Oh my gosh. Unironically, I do really love how Sapporo is colored. I think it's like so beautiful to look at. An empty, horse-drawn tram trundles along past my field of vision, the steed's hunchback owner patiently letting it trot along at a leisurely pace. He pays me little heed as they pass, the clatter of hooves blending with the sounds of passerbys. The shadows are small, so it must be around noon. The flow of time here always throws me off, as I so often do when I come to this place. I find myself just watching, strolling through as if in a daze, caught up in observing the strange and foreign world. Yet this foreign-feeling world is also strikingly familiar. For reasons unknown, the magic I've been attempting, transference, has reliably transported me here, when I should be in some other country. I instead arrive in the same location, but a century ago. The strangely dressed newcomer soon lost her novelty to the people here, for few giving me so much as a passing glance as they go about their day. Words can't express how glad I am for the attention fading. Perhaps I should be glad it's the Meiji era. My modern clothing would just be another strange dress to them. Some of those walking before me mix Japanese and Western style fashion, even now, to varying degrees of success. A couple of children run by, happily chasing one another along the street. It all feels so different to the grayscale photos and dry documentaries about the Meiji era, or about history at all. The people here feel alive and varied, from the dour to the cheerful. That wasn't my wisdom. That's Albert Einstein's. You know what? That's fair. It's Albert's thoughts. That's okay. That's okay. Too much color? What do you mean? Okay. Oh my gosh. I went to see Across the Spider-Verse with some friends. And one of my friends, I'm not going to name names because obvious reasons, their review of Across the Spider-Verse was too many colors, too much color. Which is like, obviously if you have your preferences or not, or like whatever, I don't care. But that's just the funniest review to give to like anything, especially something animated like Across the Spider-Verse. Is like, the review begins at, like, they didn't even elaborate. They didn't say anything else about the story, even when like asked or like, well, what do you think of like the characters or like the music or anything. It was just like, nope, too many colors. As an INFJ, thoughts run through my brain all the time and never shuts off, which is why I often, I'm the exact same way. I don't know if I am INFJ. I think I've taken that test like once, like forever and a half ago. But I have the exact same thing. Suddenly I suddenly got this I suddenly got this sudden urge to write more of my Pokemon fic. Again, I'm so busy trying to like write and like draw and like do all these other things, like, but the idea of writing a Pokemon fan fiction has been calling my name so hard for the past like 6 months. It's something I want to do so bad, but I'm like, no, I don't have the hours in the day. There's too much. There's too many things I need to do, but I want to so bad. 7.8 out of 10. Too much water. Agreed. That will be my review of this game. It's super great. The characters are incredibly well written and developed. The art's beautiful. The soundtrack's immaculate. 7.8. Too much color. Your friend is strange. I may have that complaint, but my whole review, no. Yeah, no. That's why I'm like, I don't judge it if you like think that about the movie in any way at all. But it's just so funny that they refuse to elaborate on anything else outside of that. It's incredible. I'm currently working on chapter 3. Ooh, how long are the chapters? Are they like big beefy chapters kind of thing, or like what's it like? Too many ideas caused burnout. Yeah, no, that definitely does that. Like, for me, it doesn't really cause burnout. It just causes me to like, lose interest on what one of the things I should be working on if I'm getting like too involved. Sorry, Mike, I'm so sorry I bumped you. I didn't mean to. If I like get into working on other things essentially. So yeah, it's a fun time. It's a fun time. I also need to work on my NPG fix somehow. After I play that, I definitely got to I definitely need to read your NPG fic after I actually read it. The actual visual novel. My idle stroll comes to an end as I reach my usual destination. Outside the kabuki venue stands the brightest person here, happily seeing off someone she'd been chatting to before noticing my arrival. Gosh, Yasui's so pretty. Oh my gosh. I see, we have a visitor. Welcome back, Miss Asakawa. Hello, Lady Yasui. You look well as always. I've told you before, Yasui is perfectly fine. I'm glad to drop the formalities around at least one person. Then, just Honoka is alright too. Despite my best efforts, I wilt before her sunny disposition as usual. I'm hardly even able to make eye contact as I mumble my reply. Yasui takes the comment in stride, her cheeks hinting at the smile hidden behind her fan. My arm suddenly aches from my wound, causing me to reflexively reach over and clutch it. Such pain is a constant reminder of the cost to get here. The tithe a normal person has to pay to mimic magic afforded to mages. Gosh, that effect, I don't know what it is, but the way that they color, like, the magic happening, so cool. So cool. They're beefier than STH Axe. Okay, so they're pretty beefy chapters. I think those alone already clock in with more words than the entirety of STH. Okay, yeah, no, that's a lot. I just discovered I could flip Twitch into dark mode. Wait, hang on. Is it just like, I'm guessing it's just like the settings. I've never looked, but yeah, I'm guessing that's where it'd be. She has too little color, JK. That you have like the two most confusing lines in a review ever. 7.8 out of 10, too much color. But she has too little color. I really love the art style. No, the art style's so freaking good. It's one of the things that like got me into like reading Studio Alon games is because I was looking for other visual novels to play, and I just kind of stumbled upon like the Steam page for it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this art style is so freaking good. I love how like everything looks. And then I feel like A Tithe in Blood is just very similar feelings. Who's she? No, I won't elaborate. Are you just talking about Yasui, the lady in front of us? Is that who you're talking about? True mages, such as Yasui. Her magic is no less amazing to watch now as when I first saw it. With mages so few in number in the normal world, and those that do exist keeping a low profile, I'm in some way blessed to meet one who uses their abilities so openly. Are you alright? I'm fine, just tired. Accepting my waving off of her concern, Yasui turns to begin walking, casting a glance behind her to invite me. I quickly skip up alongside as she begins to slowly stroll the streets, stealing the occasional furtive glance at the woman as we go. While she's a pretty person in general, I've never quite been able to place her age. I may be terrible at guessing such things normally, but it's her hair which throws me off entirely. I'd call it bleached white, but it looks natural despite her youthful face. Finding myself self-conscious, I run a hand through my bangs to neaten them before adjusting my glasses just so. I'm not particularly good at things like fashion, but for this one, I want to put some kind of effort in. Where are you headed? Nowhere in particular. The day's performance is over, so I thought to have a stroll to wind down.
れたらすぐに言ってね。隠そうとしても分かっているのよ。無理をしてここに来ているのでしょ。
While I appreciate the company, do tell me if you tire. I'm well aware you try to hide it, but I have noticed the toll these adventures take on you. No, I won't elaborate on that. She definitely wants to die. What are you yapping about, bro? What's going on there? Too many shadows take away from the colors. She does her best to make the remark as gently as possible, but her point is made. I've been hoping she wasn't troubled over such things, but it's hardly the first time she's seen right through me. It all feels so surreal. It's hard to believe this is how my own city looked a century ago. I'm sure we must all look rather quaint to someone so far in the future. What brought on this line of thought? Just thinking back to when I first arrived here. You were like a little lost kitten back then. Not quite the image of who I thought might find this place. Yasui punctuates her observations with a churlish laugh, raising my spirits. Was there voice acting before? So there's only voice acting when the characters are like speaking out loud. And this is actually for like specifically, they updated this demo to have voice acting in it back during like the special announcement. That was the first time like the voice acting had been like shown off in game. So it's a very recent addition. So they aren't concerned about someone from the future. You'll understand. You'll understand. Unique critique. Yeah, takes away from the colors, too many shadows. Very, very unique critiques. We have a real critic here in the chat. Yasui punctuates her observation. Oh, read that part. As we head onto a side street, Yasui stops to greet a friendly hauler walking by. The man happily begins to chat as he adjusts the yoke across his broad shoulders. Sacks of goods tied to either end. Not wanting to intrude, I let my thoughts drift back once again. I stumbled about in the gripes of terror for some time, wandering into the town knowing nothing of where I was or how to escape. Nearly frozen in fright, I slinked along the side of the streets, onlookers struck by the bizarre clothing I wore. How fortunate I was for some children to run and fetch Yasui. When she first caught sight of me, I wondered which of the two of us was the more surprised. She sensed I was of a different time than the others, and took me under her wing without a second thought. Even now, I still feel like her helpless kitten. She doesn't know the scene in my world which led to that first journey, though. I wonder if she'd think differently of me for it. As the hauler shuffles off and we start walking once more, Yasui speaks up. Few of our conversations are started by me, though she seems unperturbed by this. How have you been? You spoke of life being peaceful. Peaceful. I suppose so. Things are largely the same as ever. I go to school, come home, eat dinner, and sleep. Weed? Oh, hey, what's up, Kaden? How's it going? How's your night been? We're just here reading through the demo for a Tithe and Blood. I started saying it correctly, and then I'm so I'm not self-conscious. I just want to say it correctly, and I'm so used to not, that I started like correcting myself halfway through before I realized, oh, I'm saying it right. Anyways, I'm here now. Welcome in. How's your night been? Just like the brown filter that turns everything brown. Too much color. That's fair. Question mark. What did Weed say? Weed's just here. Weed's just vibing. Nice. That's nice to hear. Quiz to increase self-consciousness. Is it BHM or It's the second one, correct? For the pocket monster BHM. Wait. Oh no. No, it's the. Wait, don't tell me yet. Don't tell me yet. My dad's sleeping in the living room, so I had to get a snack in the dark. Oh, that's always fun. That's when I just use like my phone as just like I don't even turn on the flashlight. I just turn on like the home screen and I just walk around in it. Easy. Hang on. You know what, nah, I'm gonna lock in my answer as the second one. I feel wrong about that, but I'm locking it in. How'd I do? Ended up with a pack of pecans and some applesauce. Nice. That actually sounds like a pretty great snack. For a late night snack. That's pretty good. Especially since you don't want to eat anything too heavy before you go to sleep, because that could cause some digestive issues. So that is a good way to go about it. Behem sounds like a Pokemon. It's the second one. Yeah, awesome. We did it. Unless it is. Yeah, it is actually a Pokemon, so you got it right. You're playing Secret Agent? What's Secret Agent? Yeah, you call it, Seal. You got it. You on Twitch? Yes, we are over on Twitch. And if that's where you would rather... If that's where you prefer watching things, we have the link to it in the description of the YouTube stream. And obviously you're good to watch it on either one, but I was just letting you know that in case you wanted to watch it on your preferred platform. Please no, I'm so lonely. Weed, you can't be doing this. Yesterday when we were streaming, every single time anyone else would join, you'd be like, no, get out of here, this is my place. And now you're begging people not to leave you? Gonna go watch the Minecraft movie tomorrow? Well... let us know how it is, because I've only heard bad things. And unironically, I mean, why did I say unironically? Ironically, or coincidentally, sorry, my English is just not here today. Coincidentally, some of my friends hit me up right before stream started and were like, hey, do you want to go watch the Minecraft movie right now? And I was like... We talked about this, but I no longer have any moral standings that I can't go see the Minecraft movie. So I would have said yes if we weren't streaming. So being here saved me from seeing the Minecraft movie. So I'm good with that. Twitch has better latency. I am sorry. Yeah, no, that's the biggest thing. I think Twitch is only like 5 to 10-ish seconds behind, depending on how my internet's doing. I believe, I'm pretty sure. Whereas YouTube can get up anywhere between like 15 to 30 seconds behind, so it definitely has better latency here. Well, I'm the living embodiment of never let them know your next move. That's fair. Test. I said the test like a second or two after it popped up. Good old reverse psychology. You want to try that psychology one again? If you come back after tomorrow and all your messages are just repeats of Minecraft memes, I will lose it. If you come back after... Listen, I'm still not going to see it. Again, they wanted to watch me. Wait, let me try. I got distracted. Good job. Let's go, Tracy. There you go, psychology. You spelled it right. Thankfully, because they were going to go see it tonight... I didn't go see it with them, so I haven't seen it. It's only if they want to go see it again that I'll have seen it. And if I do go see it, then yes, I will ruin everyone's night here with Minecraft memes. I dupe chicken jockey, let's go. I was even ahead of you. Wait, hang on. What are you saying about Kaden being a Wattrel? Kaden is a Pokemon in Japanese. It's called Wattrel in English. Oh, okay. 9 seconds to show up screen. So yeah, I was about right. Again, depending on the internet, it's about 5 to 9 seconds behind. Flint and Steel. It's so bad. I am Steve. It's gonna be the worst thing ever. It's the worst. I do appreciate this jockey being broken up between 3 messages. I actually made a joke with that earlier today. Oh. Under what context? Give it to us. So bad, but so good. That's the thing. I do think that... Oh! Hello? What happened? Oh, oh, Kaden, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy this scuff. I hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you so, so much for that. Do. God, I need. Hello, hello. How's it going over here on the Twitch side of things? Let's go. Sorry, Flower, you're all alone again. You're all alone. It's your place. Well, I guess like Seal's kind of, going back and forth between. So you kind of still have company, kind of don't, So it's all kind of good. Yay, I'm alone. See, again, get whatever, get out of here. Simple and clean is Simple and clean is the way that you're making me flint and steel. That's terrible. That's terrible. But I appreciate that so much. It's such a bad joke. I mean, oh no, why? Listen. You asked this yesterday and I completely ignored you. I'm so sorry, Flowey. Weed. But I remember our bet on you having to have a better attitude and being my friend after I beat Sans first try. It's just locked into my memory bank. It's one of the few memories I've just locked in there, and it's never going away until it happens. Because I do think about it every single time we play Undertale. I just want you to know that. I want you to know that. It's very important to me. So it's never not going to be on my mind when we're doing it. I think he wanted you gone. No, I think Flowey really does feel lonely over in the YouTube chat, but is just trying to be tough about it. Thank you, Lamau. I was never good enough at Kingdom Hearts. I failed a lot. See, but that's the thing, though. If you fail at a game like Kingdom Hearts, you can just level up, and then come back stronger, and then you just do it again. But I love Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2 is like my favorite game of all time, and that's definitely on the list of things to play on here. Once we start getting through the backlog, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it on here. I promise you. You won't even make it to turn 1 in your first attempt. What do you mean I won't? What do you mean I won't make it to my first turn? Yeah, please don't elaborate. No one spoil that. But like, what is Sans gonna murk me IRL before we get to the first turn? Is that why his boss fight's so hard? Is that how it works? How? Because listen, it's important to me. If I make a bet with someone, I need to follow through on it. It's that kind of thing. So I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna do it blind too. I'm gonna do it blind. So I have Kingdom Hearts on my PS2. Dude, Kingdom Hearts 2 is like, I don't even know why we kept making video games after Kingdom Hearts 2, because it really did peak back in I think it was 2005, I want to say. Oh my gosh, I'm being such a fake fan right now. Hang on. Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm such a true fan. It was 2005. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, gaming really did peak 2 decades ago. And so I really don't know why we've continued. It's just not worth it. Yeah, Sand Undertale will personally appear in your house. Gosh, I just hate Sand Undertale. He's just so rough and coarse and he just gets everywhere. And put a pipe bomb in your mailbox. You know what? Fair. Doing the genocide route, I'm like, if Sans does that to me, I do deserve it. I've never played Kingdom Hearts, but Art of Shion, sorry, I said it so terribly. Shion has genuinely made me want to play it. Dude, Shion's so great. She's so good. Unironically, to anyone who hasn't tried it, I would definitely recommend Kingdom Hearts. There's obviously it's a little hard if depending on your PC setup, but there's versions of it that just sell the entire thing on Steam, or if you have a PlayStation, that sells the entire series basically, except for a GBA game. And 2 of the games are just cutscenes, but they're DS games and weren't very good, so people don't mind that. They just want it for the story. But outside of that, you can get 6 games for $50 and all the cutscenes of 2 other games. It's such an incredible deal. It's such an incredible deal. You know, you said not to eat heavy before bed. Star Wars reference. I got a Kingdom Hearts reference. Yeah, I did. I did say not to eat heavy before bed. What did you do? What did you do? Also, you want to play Kingdom Hearts Weed? I so recommend it. I so recommend it. Again, I think I'd recommend, again, if you're ever gonna like buy Kingdom Hearts anything, you just buy the all-in-one collection, because it's like, why would you not? Again, it's like 6 games for like $50. So it's just the best deal you're gonna get. And if you try it, and you don't like Kingdom Hearts 1 because it has a lot of the jank of being a PS1 game, just jump ship straight to Kingdom Hearts 2, and it's just peak. It's so good. I played it like 1,000 times as a kid, and it's still my favorite game to go back to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has like 6 games all in like the all-in-one collection. I'm gonna double check that really quick. I have a type, and that type is called short-haired artificial girl. who who else falls into that category? Just out of curiosity, I wanna learn more about what you want. Lots of nuts. So when I was like, yeah, let's go. Oh my gosh, you're eating so good. Some pecans and some appy sauce. Like, that's such like a good meal to eat before bed because it's not heavy. And then you went, huh, watch me. And so you just ate all of the nuts you could get? Come on. I guess and Midas Persona 3. Adachi Ray. Wait, Adachi Ray? I know. Adachi Ray. Oh, a Bishojo robot. Oh, okay, okay. I was like, I have no idea who that character is. But yeah, let me... Hang on. Kingdom Hearts. All in one. Let me double check all what comes in this. Oh, hang on. This is not the one I have. Hang on. I'm just gonna step away for like 2 seconds to go grab my copy of it, because now I'm genuinely curious. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I'll be right back. Away we go. Okay, don't worry, I'm back. I'm here. Although, based on OBS, it's as if I never left in the first place. The sky has too many clouds? Are you talking about the sky behind me or the sky on the game? How dare? Oh, cool, he's gone. Now is our time to rebel. Oh no, you guys are gonna rebel and overpower me. I know Ray, I know how to... Evangelion. That's the way. Might join that list, but I've never watched it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still here. Yeah, it is a little hard to rebel when I have a wonderful mod here to keep everyone in check. The game. Brother, there's like 3 clouds. I got the gun right here to rebel. To be fair, you can't really do anything to me with that. It's only to you guys. Hang on. Okay. So it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It comes with and 7. It comes with 7 games. And the cutscenes of 3 games. So I was off on both by 1. Oh, would you clip? What did you do? What did you do? Check Discord. I'm checking Discord. Gosh, I love... Also, if you do get the all-in-one collection, it comes in such a nice, pretty box. It's so satisfying. Oh. Wait, were you trying to do video? Hang on, disconnect. I wasn't sure if you were trying to do video or not. Sorry, I actually clicked on that. Join call. There we go. Hello. Sorry, I didn't mean to click video.
Yeah, it's pronounced Evangelion. That's all I wanted to say.
Evangelion?
Yeah.
See, it's it's one of those things that like I've heard said 1,000 different ways, and Evangelion is like the one that I hear the most, so I know it's supposed to be pronounced like Evangelion. So that like it's one of those like wires crossing moment of every anime reviewer I watch who says it's their favorite show mispronounces it kind of thing. So wait, link to the clip. Are links allowed in chat? Give it a go. I don't think so. Oh, you just clipped me not being here. You know what? I think I'd rather have the toe comment with the cheese dip would be a clip than this. Imagine if someone like, again, I rated to someone and they do a shout out and their first impression of me is just, here's 30 seconds of just me staring. Wait, look how I ended it. Oh, I didn't watch it all the way to the end. Hang on. Let's go over here. Let me double click on it. Oh, you specifically ended just with me coming back. Wait, hang on. I wanna hear it. I didn't have volume on. You guys are just gonna listen to this really quick. Although based on OBS, it's as if I never left in the first place. Funny. What's happening? What do you mean what's happening? Which part? I wanted to ask when the potential date for the release of your Discord server would be. The plan right now is I'm looking towards the second to last or the last week of April. That's when I plan to have it be, because I'm trying to get. It's most likely going to have like subscriber specific like channels to it, so I want to make sure I know how to like have everything set, so then there can still be people in it, so they could like get notified of like streams and everything like that, and then like more, because I want to do stuff to like give perks to subscribers, and that's like a very solid one, I feel. So again, it's probably going to be second half of April, so that's the plan. There's the Studio Lawn Discord server that you can join if you're interested. Yes, there is. If you want to learn more about all of the games and just talk with people about it, absolutely do that. Also, I'm so bad. I'm not going to lie. I'm so bad at, like, Discords and stuff like that. Like, I'm a part of a couple, and, like, it'll be, like, once a week I'll pop in, see what people are saying, and be like, huh, nice, and then pop out. It's the same exact thing with Axe or Blue Sky of, like, I just never talk on places. I'll be a Discord mod. I feel like you'd be too dangerous. I feel like you'd be too powerful. You can't trust me. Well, thank you for telling me that. But here's the thing. You telling me that makes me want to trust you more, even though the whole point is that you're telling me that I can't. So, perfect cut. It was a great cut. I did really like it. Wait. You know, I have a lot of experience creating servers, right? Lamau? Wait, do you? Oh my gosh. So we definitely need to sit down to talk about them, because I want to figure out how to do. The way I like to go about getting help is I like to learn. I don't like people to just do things for me. I like to do it with them so then I can learn how to do it. I guess I am good at almost dying. Wait, did you? You survived! Oh, let's go! Oh, thank you for the link for that. Appreciate. Want to do that after stream? Yeah, I'd be down to set it up after stream. I'm probably still not going to have it go live for a little bit, just because there's still some other things that I want to figure out to like connect with it and everything. But yes, that is I'd be down to do that. Is dying possible? Yes, dying is very possible from it. It's just a little complicated. Not a little complicated. Oh! You can't continue. Hang on, no. Seal. You gotta ban a specific thing. Like a button, essentially. So you can either ban a button or like an action, I guess. It's like, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out the words for it, but like, let's say like we're playing Undertale, you can ban items, or you can ban spare, or you can ban mercy, stuff like that. But yeah, you can or you can span just and the entire button's just gone. So now I can't click the space bar anymore. I can help think of funny rules. Like what? Like which ones? Which rules? Oh wait, spacebar. That was Kaden. Hang on, Seal. What do you want to ban? What button do you want, or what action do you want banned? No, that was not me. That was Seal. Yeah. It's just for me. You guys are the same color names, so that's why I kind of recognize people is by the color of what pops up. And right now, I have 3 different shades of green for people. But yeah, Seal. What would you like banned? Spacebar. Okay, we'll ban the spacebar. We'll ban the spacebar. You mean I can trust you, Weed? I don't know what you're talking about. Streamer is ignoring his mods. This is so tragic. Oh no, what did I say? What did I miss? Oh, it's not only the weekend, but also spring break, so I can stay up for as long as you want to do it if you wanna. Alright, it kind of depends on like when we end stream, because I do want to end a little bit earlier than we did yesterday, just so I can actually, you know, do all my sleep hygiene stuff, but it's posture check. Thank you. I also want you guys to know I turned up the volume of the alerts for myself specifically. Oh, there we go. Good stretch, good posture check. So now it jump scares me even more, because for me, it's just I'm sitting here listening to some nice, tranquil music, and then suddenly I'm just getting like blasted in the ears. I love it. We might need to leave the demo midway through then. I don't know how close to the end you are. We're so not close. We're not even a third of the way through. So we're definitely not finishing it tonight. We'll have to finish this next week. So yeah, but that's fine. But we're gonna get as far as we can. So maybe we need to find some time. Oh, actually, I can't after stream because I gotta do a recording for someone, so I need to do that. So I gotta do that right after. It's a quick thing, but I gotta do that. But yeah, if you're good, we can try to figure out a time over the weekend or over spring break. Like I can kind of work around your schedule with that, just so then it's more convenient for you. That would work. W roll idea. Wait, a Flowey roll. It is just Flowey only and is only for the aesthetics. Yeah, like it truly doesn't do anything. It's just there. It's just there. So Tamari is my birthday, but my mom will kill me if I watch this tomorrow. Would you put on a song for me this stream? I'll hesitantly say sure, depending on the song. If it's copyright at all, then no. Just because copyright has been getting a lot stricter on songs specifically, so I tend to not play any unless I know I'm 100% fine. Maybe not tomorrow morning because I gotta do some groceries, but afternoon works just fine and dandy. All right, yeah, that works with me. I can definitely do tomorrow afternoon. Let me look it up real quick. Okay. Also, happy birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. We kind of glossed over that part, but happy birthday tomorrow. That sounds fun. You doing anything fun for your birthday? You doing anything good for it? But while you answer that, we're going to continue on just a little bit. Peaceful? I suppose so. Things are largely the same as ever. I go to school, come home, eat dinner, and sleep. Oh gosh, that right there is why I dropped out of college. That exact sentence, because that is all I did. Except you add work in there right after school, and it's just that. Minecraft movie tomorrow. Oh yeah. That's what you're doing for it. Yeah. Oh, happy birthday, I suppose. Depressing birthday. Ooh. Says Weed. Thick of it. Also, happy early birthday. Add jump scare. That's unfortunate. Hey, Weed, it's just me and you here. How's it going? The night been treating you well? You having a fun time? See, again, we gotta take advantages of these moments while we can. I don't have ads. So, Weed, it's just me and you here. This is a little 1v1 that we're having right now. Sorry, Reaper. Get out of here. That's good. You're chill. You're chill. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. You got any fun plans coming up tomorrow or sometime? You do anything great? Oh, okay. No, Reaper, I'm kidding. Oh, well. Hang on. I'm gonna... You know, I was gonna actually time you out, but I don't want to put the effort in. You asked. I didn't ask. I simply stated. that it was just one-on-one time. You know what I mean? So like, you didn't have to because I didn't ask, but I do respect it. So, anyways, yeah. Let's get on back into this. But yeah, no. During college, literally for like a year straight, it was just I would go to school, work, come home, eat, sleep. That was truly all that I did for like an entire year, and it drove me insane. And so I dropped out. I went, I can't do this anymore. Nah, I got nothing. You know, that's fair. I'm just gonna be now I'm gonna be setting up the Discord. Excuse me, I had a tiny little burp. The Discord stuff with Tracy, and then I'm just hanging out with some family and friends. Got D&D tomorrow. Very excited for that, especially since I've had to skip things. Well, good thing Tracy didn't time me out. To be fair, Tracy's probably experiencing ads right now, so... Also, again, you probably didn't actually want to get timed out. I'm assuming at least, so... S tier work, Tracy. Get him. As for you, this world only contains Sapporo and its people, right? Yasui nods solemnly. I dislike reminding her of the fact, but I have only the most vague understanding of such things. When we were sealed away all those years ago, this world became an unchanging one. That's all it will ever be for us, I suppose. Well, until you arrived. Imagine my shock to have someone from the real world arrive after so long. She giggles once more, smiling to herself at the memory. How easily she laughs off her own past awkwardness. The first impression I held of Yasui was perhaps the expected one. So many photos blend together of people in formal outfits, stiff poses, and stern, serious faces. While they may try to humanize history in school, there's only so much a museum trip or a classroom lecture can do. My preconceptions would be dispelled in moments. In so many ways, she juxtaposed her ladylike properness with a carefree spirit. Her hair is lavishly cared for, yet flows freely rather than being tied up. Her speech is archaic and uses long, obsolete words, only for her to chat naturally and openly. She dresses traditionally, yet gestures wildly and wears her emotions on her sleeve. I know full well I'll be going over every conversation we have in my head for days, if not weeks to come. Angsting over every misstep or hesitation and overthinking every expression or pause. That's me right there. Hang on. Wait, what? First ad, Trivago. Second ad, new season for the Valley Show. Third ad, natural oil product featuring Sabrina Carpenter. Fourth ad, drumsticks ice cream ad featuring John Cena. Fifth ad, gaming ad. Sixth ad, trailer for the Thunderbolts from Marvel Studios. Seventh ad, Alienware. Eighth ad, Domino's Pizza. Do any of those tickle your fancy? Any of those interesting to you? Because at least they're giving you a wide variety of things. Because usually when I'm watching like streamers, I just kind of get hit with the same ad. Like I've literally gotten like the same 3 ads out of like 8 in one go. So at least you're getting like a good variety. You gotta create a false sense of security. Didn't Addie say that they changed the text from formal to traditional? Yeah, I do believe that that was one of the changes that Addie talked about. They had an oopsie, lol. Yeah, they realized like, uh-oh, this is actually the better way to say it. This is the right way to say it. Real world, what does that mean? So basically, I guess this is kind of technically spoilers, but you're gonna learn about it in like 5 seconds anyways. So I guess I'll explain it, especially since I might have like taught like not explained it very well while reading it. I guess. Go back 4 text boxes. Her hair is lavishly cared for, yet flows freely rather than being tied up. Does that answer your question, Wade? My does that do it? An next one. My preconceptions would be dispelled in moments in so many ways. She juxtaposed her ladylike properness with the carefree spirit. Does that? Do you got it now? Do you understand? Anyways, regardless, I can kind of just explain it, because I'm not entirely sure where it is either, but I'm pretty sure it's been explained already. Basically, this isn't, like, actually going... It was that long one? Well, we're here now. Wait. It's this long one right here? No. It's not in that one. But basically... Oh, it said formal. Oh, I thought you were responding to me responding to weed. That's where the disconnect happened, because I was answering what Honoka means by real world, what Yasui means by real world, that kind of thing. So I thought you were responding to that. But yeah, no. This is oh wait. No. Oh, so the thing is that I think it changed from traditional... Wait, yeah, I'm pretty sure it changed from... my brain. Because this is the exact same. Like, nothing's changed between this one and when we did it on the last stream. So I think it must have changed from traditional to formal? I guess? I'll go back and check that, honestly, because I'm very curious, too. No, because the next text box says dress traditionally. Yeah, she dresses traditionally. Well, I think that's why... I think it was supposed to... I'll go... I'm gonna see. I'll go back and check the stream and see, because I'm curious about... that too. Having 2 chats is always confusing. It does definitely add a little bit of like, again, I need to be the avatar and be the bridge between the 2 chats. You know, that's my role here. But yeah, no, basically how it works is like, it's not, this is kind of like a moment in time. I believe that this is how it works. That's kind of been like taken out of it. And so it's just like a long, eternal, never changing moment that Yasui and all these people in Sapporo are kind of like trapped in. And Honoka's magic, the blood magic that she does, is what transports her here. So, again, it's sort of going to the past, sort of not. Hopefully that makes it some more sense. You don't want to know what ads I get here on YouTube when I occasionally do. I get the worst mix of ads. I don't think YouTube knows what I want. It'll give me like, here's stuff to be a better femboy, and I'm like, I don't want that. I've never clicked on anything like that. Why are you offering me this? Or it'll just be like mobile game ads. It's one of those 2 things, especially on the sidebars. In like actual like YouTube. Actually, I don't have, because I have the... So I got YouTube Premium forever ago to do reactions to when we were doing Epic, and I've meant to do more reactions since then. That's why I've kept it around. And then we haven't. So I have YouTube Premium, so I actually haven't gotten any ads in a while. So I don't remember. Wait. All My Fellas TF2 version. So if you want a shorter, cooler music vid, look up All My Fellas TF2 version. That was my song. Have you beat Pacifism? No, we did not. We didn't beat the Pacifist run. We're like right there at the end, though. We just have to beat Metaton and Asgore, and then whatever happens next. Mine is literally just AI chatbot ads. No, like oh, yeah, whenever I'm like, because I have like the 2 YouTube channels, and whenever I switch over to the one that doesn't have the premium on it, and I make the mistake of clicking on a video, you just remind me of that. I do see the AI like girlfriend ones a lot. I've gotten some nasty, horrible YouTube ads. Like there was one for AI art generator app that only made pregnant women. Like, um, that's a little weird. That's a little strange, a little odd. All right, I ended up coming across some advertisements on YouTube that were just strictly 18 plus. Yeah, no. Again, that's like what the femboy ones that it was trying to advertise me to me were. It was just like, here's like a person who like barely dressed at all, just like showing off their butt, and it's like, how is this accepted on YouTube, but you can't swear in the first 3 minutes of a YouTube video without it being like age restricted? Like how does this make any sense? I do not understand it. The F2 version. You know what? Hey. Caden, I'll make you a deal. We're not gonna play it right now, but one of the things I want to do with Moobot when we're playing games and not visual novels is I'll let people like, I'm gonna like try and set up to have people like be able to submit songs or whatever for like a playlist. We can play it at that point. That'll be the goal. YouTube, sus ones. YouTube doesn't care as long as they get money. Yeah, no, for real. Like, it's the most like hypocritical thing you could ever possibly imagine. And I don't get how they can like be like, here, we're trying to make YouTube a friendly family platform. And then be like, here's porn ads. Here's your fetish AI art generators. Like, how do you look people in the eyes after that? You know what I mean? Nepotism, freedom, corporations. Very, very different responses there. TF2 version has Scout in the thumbnail and has an awesome thumbnail, but epilepsy bit warning big time. Yeah, that's why I probably want to do like better to submit it during like a different one, especially since I probably wouldn't be watching it. I'd probably just be listening to it. Because yeah, that's especially like during like I don't want to really interrupt everything to stop because I don't want to be reading it over like a song essentially. So we can do it. Meant awesome music vid. Okay, and I can also just watch that on my own time if you'd prefer that. Also, yes, AI needs to be stopped. Let's start the human revolution. No, I do agree. I'm very, very anti AI here. So you don't need to convince me of anything. Considering all the things that I like to do. Dark, what is your opinion on AI out of curiosity? Never mind, you just answered it. Yeah, no, considering like, I understand like how hard like, like writing art, like voice act, like I've either like tried a lot of these things and like, so it's made me have a greater appreciation for it. And it's also just like, so I understand why, like, how am I trying to put this? Because I've tried understanding it more, it's like I appreciate it more than probably like some people do, which instantly right there gives me like a huge negative against it. But it's also just like a moral thing of like, I don't think people should have like their work stolen. Things that they are worked on shouldn't be used by a computer to generate slop. Just because people don't want to learn how to actually do things, because like there's the big thing with like voice actors right now where they don't want AI robots to like use their voices. Same thing with like writing, same thing with like art, like in all these like specifically creative industries are like having to fight to survive, because AI is just coming in, again, just stealing what actual creative people have made. And it's like, even if like the work was like really good, I'd still be like, I don't care. No one made this. It's just stole bits and pieces from other actual people who worked really hard to like master their craft. And now it's just being regurgitated, essentially. Oh, hello, Ari. How's it going? Sorry, I pulled out the soapbox and got on it, and I just completely just ignored chat right there. How's it going, Ari? How was your stream? How was it? What is your opinion on horror games? Oh, I love horror games. Horror games are so good. Like, listen, as soon as October comes around, we're playing some. We're playing some. Going to be going through like Little Nightmares 1 and 2. And you know, if I like them, obviously. We got some others lined up. It's gonna be a great time. I used to play II Dungeon back in 2021. And it was super fun because it was like an extremely novel concept at the time, but nowadays, yeah. That's the thing, like AI Dungeon when it came out, it was just like here's like a fun, silly like little game to play. Basically. That was basically what it was. But like now, because of the way it's being used and like quote unquote like advanced, and it's just like ruining things for real people, it's like it almost feels like icky to use anything like AI Dungeon, even if you're not like, even if it's just doing it for fun, you're not doing it to like promote anything or sell anything or be like, here's the story I wrote. It's still like, oh, it feels gross to use this. You know, it feels gross. Let's steal from AI. You have repo. You have repo. What's a repo? Hi, stream was great. Excited to see your reaction to a Tithe and Blood demo. See, I've actually played through it already. This is just a replay now with the amazing voice acting in it. So I've actually already gone through it once, and I love it. Like, this was one of probably my most anticipated thing coming up this year in terms of like things being released, whether it be like movies or games or anything like that. This is the thing that I've been looking forward to the most, and the fact that it's only 2 months away, it's like, oh my gosh, we're so close. But I'm glad that your stream went great. What were you streaming? Weren't you doing snapping Honkai Star Rail? Wasn't there a new character that just came out for that or something? Repo, really fun game. Multiplayer's better, but I am wimpy, so I don't play solo. Oh, I love being scared. I love being scared. Like, I'm the biggest baby. Just flat out, unironically, massive baby. I get so freaked out by things, but I love it. I love being scared. Oh, it's this one. I've seen a lot of people playing this one. This one looks so freaking funny. Oh, I'd be down to play that one sometime. Hang on, where'd YouTube go? Hey, there we go. There we go. The live stream. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this VN, I'm sure. So I'm happy it's coming out soon. Yeah, it's so close. It's in 5 days. Well, not really. I was gonna say in 5 days it'll be 2 months away, but not really. Oh, also Caden Evans followed ya. Wish list on the pinned message. Yes, it is. Let's go. Oh yeah, Honkai Star Rail. I'm not pulling for Castris though. I'm just catching up on the main story. That's fair. I hear there's a lot of drama around Castris with like the global passes and stuff. Real quick, could you watch a YouTube short? No, I'm not gonna. I don't want to like interrupt like I'm good to like talk and like everything, but I don't want to be pulling up like other people's stuff while doing this. If we're doing like a reaction stream or anything like that, then yeah, we can definitely look into stuff. But like not during like a visual novel or game one. What conversation have I started? Weed. This is all. This is all your fault. This is all you, man. But to be fair, I think it's a fair chat. It's a good chat to have. But yeah, no, because again, I think we can all relate to getting terrible AI ads. So yeah, but I also do want to be getting into Honkai Star Rail. I've played like half the prologue, and the only reason I started it is just because I want to be able to summon for the Fate crossover. I was like, I think I'm good to not play this one. But then the Fate crossover got announced, and I'm like, okay, but I got a 6 out of 6 saber, I gotta max her out. Yeah, trying to change the stream content is really a very polite thing to do, with all respect. Yes, exactly, with all respect in Queso's live. Also, please don't be bringing up other people who are live. That's also, again, just a little disrespectful to be doing. So please refrain. And saying that other streamers are live is also rude. Yes. So yeah, please refrain from doing so in the future. But yeah, with that being said, let's get back on into it. Oh, we are currently slightly ahead of this. Oh, right here. Yet Yasui will do no such thing. Everything flows off her. It's graceful in a manner. albeit not quite in the way I expected that word to be used. For someone of an era barely past samurai and daimyo.
がっかりさせたらごめん。でも、私にできるなら、あなたをこの世界から助け出したいの。
Sorry if I'm a disappointment. If I could save you from this world, I would.
あなたは偉大な魔術師ではないでしょうけれど、知り合えて本当に嬉しいと思っているの。この世界に初めて来たのが、むしろほのかのような人でよかったわ。
You know, you may not be a grand mage, but I'm glad to have met you. Perhaps it's for the better that the first to come here would be someone like you. Not knowing how best to react to her praise, I bashfully look away. My driving desire to be complimented is one of my uglier traits. I can only hope it's one of the few things Yasui hasn't perceived of me. Wanting to be complimented is not an ugly trait. It's just, you like being told good things about yourself. That's so normal. I soon realize I begin rubbing my arm out of anxiety. For all her praise, I still feel as if I'm telling a lie by omission. How would a mage react to finding the one before them is some regular person, mimicking their abilities through such methods?
一つ聞いてもいいかしら。答えたくなければ無理にとは言わないわ。
May I ask you a question on that topic? Feel free not to answer if you prefer.
ええ。
Go ahead.
ほのかはおいくつかしら。あれほどの術を使う魔術師にしては、ずいぶんお若そうね。
How old are you? I must admit, you seem young for a mage of this skill. The jump in topics forces me to think over the answer for a moment. I can't will myself to tell the truth when she gives such a convenient excuse not to.
少し前に20歳になったばかりかな。
I turned 20 a few weeks ago, I think.
ということはまだ。
So you haven't... She trails off before finishing her sentence, her expression concerned. I'm left at a loss for words, only growing worse as the spark of realization brightens her face.
安江
Yasui?
来て。後悔はさせないわ。
Follow me, please. I promise I'll make it worth your while. Once again, I find myself working to catch up with the cheerful woman. Now all I can think about after the announcement stream is specifically how hard it is to draw the windows, because that was a good topic of conversation. I should ask, would you be interested in reading my Pokemon fic? Oh yes, absolutely. It's a Yume fic, meaning I made up an OC to get involved romantically with a canon character, in this case Lacey, but I really gave it my all to make the characters feel loyal to the source material and go all out writing fights. Yeah, no, obviously not right now, but yeah, no, I'd be super down to read that sometime. So yeah, just you could just link it in Discord if you want to. Dim lamps struggle to illuminate the tables around us. And chairs. Yes, and chairs. When I made the horrible mistake of bringing up the idea of triangle chairs. I still don't know how that's not even like a Freudian slip. It's just, I was just talking about shapes, geometric shapes, and somehow triangles came out instead of squares or rectangles. I don't know how it happened. But yeah, no, a lot of talks about how hard windows and chairs are. And so doing scenes with lots of both really sucks, especially this window in specifics, where it's like, there's like the panning on it, like there's so many like tiny little things on it. It's like just a lot of grid lines. So fun. It's so fun being like, yeah, I now know that this was a horrible pain to draw. Dim lamps struggle to illuminate the tables around us. The izakaya's air filled with a chatter of patrons and heavy scent of tobacco. With liquor flowing freely and so many in the tight space, the air has taken on a distinctly muggy feel. Many of the animated faces around us flushed a bright red. My gaze rests on the waitresses, skittering from table to table, dainty feet in sandals tapping quickly to keep up with the pace of orders. It's a little uncanny. Everything about the experience is so close to a normal restaurant, yet just different enough to throw me off. Oh yeah, it's your friend Jeremy. They're back. The shadow people. AO3 or Ellipsis moved on from Google Docs because AI started scrapping documents without consent. That's weird. I didn't know that was a thing that was happening. Mad respect to the background artist. Yeah, no, for sure. Mad respect to the background artist. Because again, there's so many like little tiny details in here. And again, just knowing how hard it was for like some of these things to be made, like I respect it so much, especially because perspective's hard, man. Like I'm definitely better at drawing landscapes in perspective or like settings. It's still not easy though. It's still I understand like for a lot of people it's like, yeah, no, I just don't draw backgrounds cuz they're hard, you know. Wait, I don't have mad respect for them. What do you mean by that? Excuse me? Wait, I still have no idea what is happening still. Do you mean in terms of like the story? Because again, I'm sure it'll get explained better in a little bit if I'm remembering correctly. I have enraged respect for them. Okay, you saved it. You saved it there. As always, I do my best to avoid accidentally catching the eye of anyone in particular. Yasui does no such thing, instead looking at me with an indulgent smile. I'm not sure if I understand. If this is for my birthday, it's really not a big deal. At this, Yasui makes a show of pouting. Oh, the tiny little pout face is so cute. Oh my gosh. You never let me spoil you. I know your world has many lovely things, but I'd love to treat you at least once with what we have to offer. It's not like I mind, it's just... Old man, some local beer for this young lady, if you please. The man beyond the counter, as yet unseen, yells out his agreement in a hoarse voice. Wait, I mean, I'm still 20. I haven't even tried drinking yet. And what better time to try? I easily give up my protest in light of how happy she is to be treating me like this. I had been too shy to fumble my way through dealing with a bar, and I wouldn't know what alcohol would be good to start with in the first place. Our drinks arrive quickly, the old man, perhaps the owner, personally bringing the bottles and glasses to our table. Yasui doesn't notice my confusion as she stops to pull out the cork in each. Even I know these usually have bottle caps. 40 sen, thank you. Pout faces are so fun. They are. I still haven't had a single drop of alcohol in my entire life. It's so not worth it. It's so not worth it. I've had it one time, and it was so foul, it almost made me spit it all back up. Like, not like throw up or anything, I just, like, almost spit it out. But I was like, I'm standing on carpet right now. I'm not gonna spit it up, because that'd be so rude. That'd be awful of me. And I've been told by a lot that, you know, it's an acquired taste. And I think we talked about this yesterday, actually. But acquired taste just means it tastes bad, and you have to get used to it. So it's like, okay, well, I don't really want to feel like what being drunk is like, and I don't really like the taste. So I don't think I really care to, like, acquire this taste. It doesn't really sound like I'm getting anything out of it. So, like, what's the point? So I'm not usually like a mama's boy, I don't think. But I kind of want Yasui to be my... but I kind of want Yasui to be my mother, if that makes sense. Does that sound strange? No. I'll just say no, you know? I just wasn't expecting that. That's so funny. But yeah, no. I feel like that makes sense. I saw some root beer, was not root variety, and chugged an entire bottle. Oh. Yeah, that would do it. That would do it. Completely fair. Yeah, see, everyone agrees. That was a valid take. That was a valid take. But yeah, no. So like I don't really care if like people like drink or anything like that. It's just like it's very much so like don't try to pressure me into it, because I've had people in the past try to be like, hey man, like you just gotta get used to it. Let's go drink and we're gonna get you used to it, that kind of thing. And I'm like, no. And the fact that you're pressuring me into it is making me more uncomfortable than the fact that like anyone does, you know, stuff like that. It's the same thing with like drugs or anything like that. Like I truly couldn't care less if people do it, as long as you don't try to like force me or like try to convince me to do it too. So I'm like, I don't really care. So what? Would you like me to delete the messages if you just admitted to underage drinking? You could get your account suspended. Lol. Oh, is that is that a thing? Even if it's like a thing that happened when you were like super duper young? Yeah. If you could get banned for doing that, then absolutely delete that. Thank you so much, Tracy. Yeah, I never plan on drinking. Yeah, it's not worth it. I just like root beer. That's fair. I feel like root beer is just kind of like okay. You know, it's not my favorite drink in the world, but it's like if it's there, I'll have it. But ooh, root beer floats though. That's where it's at. It's so good. That's the best way to have it. Never say you are underage either. Yeah. Do not do that. That's not a very good thing to be doing on Twitch, especially since it could turn you into like targets of people, and I do not want to make this a place where anyone could like where any of that kind of stuff could happen. So Yasui quickly obliges, passing him 2 odd silver coins. This is the first time I've actually seen Sen being used. Regardless, the man cheerfully takes them before hobbling back off past the curtain. I hadn't taken her for a beer drinker, but she's clearly looking forward to this more than I, as she gives an eager smile. Gosh, but they did draw a glass that does look really good though. Like, again, I don't want any of it, but it looks so good. It's sort of like whenever you're just watching like any kind of like anime or anything, and it's just like, oh man, this food looks so good, I actually want to try it. And it's like, oh wait, but well, you can't. Trying to paper over my confusion. I've never heard anyone say paper over as like referring to something. I quickly take one of the bottles in hand, supporting it in one hand and tipping with the other. I gently pour the amber liquid into the cup, now held by my senior's delicate, spindly fingers. Yasui returns the gesture soon after, an inviting, thick, foamy head forming on the glass I cradle. The calmly bubbling beer gives off a floral scent, a sharp contrast to the mess of crimson which brought me here, the smell of blood now uncomfortably familiar. What an odd little trail of comments to get. Orbital laser strike. Orbital laser strike. Also, that bottle looks like pee. It looks like apple juice, y'all tweaking. Apple sauce does not look like pee. Does not look like pee at all. Apple sauce is very thick. It's not at the same like consistency at all. Also, apple juice, I understand that one slightly more. Slightly more. Yeah, no. You said apple juice. Caden's response was apple sauce. Apple juice looks slightly more, but I feel like there's something wrong with you if it looks exactly like apple juice. Ain't gonna lie. What are they saying are crazy. See, that's another perk of being over on YouTube, Flowey, is that all of your messages are hidden from the prying eyes of anyone else outside of people in it. So you're very safe there. I peer over my drink to Yasui, her gaze patiently gauging my reaction. Perhaps it's my distrust of others or my own anxieties causing me to overthink every gesture, but I find myself unable to plainly accept what should be a kind gesture. Is it really okay to treat me to all this? I feel like I've done nothing for you, but you keep treating me so nicely. You don't want to celebrate your birthday? No, it's not that at all, it's just... I had expected Yasui to defend herself. Instead, she stares at me intently, as if examining an interesting specimen before her. Maybe this is no different to how we've been interacting this whole time. Another of our elaborate plays, but this time without a script to hand. Each of us left to take our cues from the other, judging and moving in step with the other. As a particularly rowdy patron gives a boisterous laugh beyond us, Yasui smiles and closes her eyes in defeat. Perhaps I have been coming on too strong. I apologize. I've spent so long without new company that I was... I am slightly terrified that I might lose you at any moment. Of course she'd be scared. She's been sealed away for so long. Everyone here has been. That I'm important enough to Yasui for her to feel that way about me, even if it's only by circumstances, is oddly nice. It's been so long since I felt needed by someone. The least I can do is appreciate her generosity. That's a cool metaphor with scripts. Yeah, no, for sure. I was actually about to bring up that I'm like, it's a very simple thing to do, especially again, like given the fact that Yasuo's in charge of like plays and stuff like that. But I feel like that just like shows a lot about like the headspace that Honoka's kind of in. That like she's using like these things that like refer to Yasui because Yasui's important to her. I really do like it. No, you did not read it incorrectly. Because again, it's just like kind of like the idea of like what she's saying, like we're kind of like in a play right now, unsure of what to do, but we have to take our cues from each other, kind of thing. So I really do like it. They just met. No. So Honoka has been coming here for quite some time. I think it's like a little unclear about how long she has been coming here, but she has been here a couple of times. Because at the beginning when she first came here, she described how her first couple of visits, people were like, "Oh my gosh, look at that person," kind of thing. But then like it very quickly wore off like the allure of like a new person being here. So they've known each other for some time now. That I'm important enough to Yasui for her to feel that way about me, even if it's only by circumstance, is oddly nice. It's been so long since I felt needed by someone. The least I can do is appreciate her generosity. Then I'll make you a promise. I'll always keep coming here, as often as I can. I mean that as a student as well. This world's practically a time capsule of history, after all. So please share this drink with me. Not for my birthday, but to agree on that promise. Her smile is enough of an answer. The pent-up tension in my body releasing. An odd sense of purpose sparks inside of me. The first I've perhaps felt in my life. With that, we both lift our glasses to our lips and take a long sip. In the end, I only had a few sips of the bitter stuff. Thankfully, Yasui was only too happy to oblige in drinking both our bottles, and a couple more besides. It seems the taste of alcohol will take some getting used to. Yup, it's an acquired taste. Apparently there's a reference to the thing that a lot of old Minecrafters did. If you know, you know in the movie. Yeah, I don't think any of us have watched it. Yeah, a lot of us haven't watched it, and a lot of us don't really exactly plan to. So, like, that's nothing, like, we're not judging if you want to go see it. But yeah, it's just, like, it's just not on the table. It's just not a thing that a lot of people are wanting to do. Granted, I say that, it's made so much money. Me neither, but there are a lot of spoilers. That's fair. The Minecraft movie is definitely not a thing that people would be holding back spoilers for. So, yeah, that's fair, that's fair. In the end, we read that one. I had heard that drinking before evening is odd, let alone at noon. Yasui seems to hardly care, though. Her face now flushed and gestures decidedly more animated. Of all the images I had of a lady from the Meiji era, the joyful, carousing woman skipping beside me isn't one of them. As she gives me a slightly uneven smile, I offer a polite bow. Nude? Did I say nude? I realized I said it wrong, but I don't think I realized that I said that. If so, definitely not what I meant. Thank you, Yasui. Today's been fun. Sorry for not having more. Drinking will take some building up to. If I can muster the courage to have another. I'd be delighted to join you if you do. Perhaps it's the drink or simple tiredness, but I find the corners of my mouth lifting just a little. Huh? Did he say that? I wouldn't be surprised if it's what I did say, but, you know, you have streaming channel permission now, and so do I. Oh my gosh, look at us go! Let's go! Thank you so much for helping me do that, Tracy. I really do appreciate it. I wonder if the stupor will last in the real world, now that I think of it. The passing thought only reminds me of the greater lie. Perhaps it's genuine honesty after hearing her own, or the drink making me less inhibited, but I want to tell her the truth.
安江、伝えたいことがあるの。私があなたをこの世界から出してあげられない理由は、方法がわからないんじゃない。
Yasui, there's something I want to tell you. The reason I can't help you escape isn't just that I don't know how, it's...
魔術師じゃないからよ。あなたと違って私は普通の人間なの。
I'm not a mage, Yasui. Not like you. I'm just... another person.
でも、ならどうやってこの世界に？
But if that's the case, how did you... As I glance about at the people going about their day around us, Yasui senses my want for privacy.
こちらへ。
Come, follow me. After a fair hike well beyond the town's limits, we arrive at the edge of the forest surrounding Sapporo. There's a peaceful serenity to this place that I've yet to find in my own world.
思い悩んでいることがあるなら言ってちょうだい。あなたのことなら何でも受け入れるわ。
Please, tell me what is worrying you. Whatever it is, Honoka, I will accept it. I gotta go, sorry. No, you don't have to apologize for leaving. It's totally understandable. I getcha. But before I go... Will she learn to be a mage, potentially? Oh! Oh, thank you for the posture check. Oh. Ooh, that felt good. Thank you so much for that. But have a great rest of your night, Kaden. Hope you have a good one, and happy birthday tomorrow. The fact she cares should make me happy, but it stings my heart so. She doesn't know. She couldn't know. Taking a long breath to steady myself, I look down in shame and pull my left sleeve upwards, tug by tug. It is 1 a.m. Oh, yeah, no. So happy birthday now then. Oh my gosh, yeah. No, for sure. Happy birthday. And yeah, that also is very understandable why you gotta go. It is 1 a.m. I gotta go too. Bye. Good night, Weed. It's good talking to you like always. I hope you have a great rest of your night too. Good night. 10 p.m. here, Lamau. It's definitely a little bit earlier for us, so that is really nice. It's just turned 11 for me, so not too late, not too late. Before long, the bandages show. Their length chases further and further up my arm. The beige gauze discolored by a blotch of bright scarlet. Fresh blood has pooled by now, the wound still proving sore as my sleeve drags over it. As I dare to look up at Yasui, the woman wears a mournful expression. It's striking compared to her gentle demeanor.
あなた、自分に一体何をしたの？
What have you done to yourself?
実は私にもどうなっているのかわからない。ずっと昔に誰かが書いた本に、普通の人間が後天的に習得した魔法の力を呼び起こす方法が書かれていたの。
I'm not that sure of how it works, to be honest. I found a book which someone wrote a long time ago about how a normal person could summon magic like a mage does by second nature.
仕組みはよくわからないけど、その本の通りにやると、この世界に来られるようになったの。でも、それを発動させるには血が必要で、その本はイタリア語で書かれていて、血の魔法っていうみたい。
Somehow, I'm not sure of the mechanics. It just lets me do things like this, but needs my blood to work. They called it blood magic, in Italian anyway. In response to my fast-paced explanation, her eyes close. I can see the gears turning inside, the connection between my general frailty and rapid exhaustion when visiting now plain. Honoka. I know what she's going to say next. Neither of us wants to hear the words.
別に死ぬわけじゃないから、そりゃ体に負担はかかってるけど、これくらい。
It's not as if I'm dying or anything. It's hard on my body, I can admit that. But for this...
お願い、もう来るななんて言わないで。安江にもっと会いたいの。
Please, Yasui. I want to keep seeing you. She thinks for some time before giving a heartbreaking smile of defeat.
来させないなんてことはできないわね。
I can't very well force you to stop, can I? I'd rather she have scolded me without any further defense to be made. I fall silent while looking at nothing in particular.
ほのか、自分を大事にね。あなたと知り合えてどんなに嬉しいかわからないでしょうね。でも、お願いだから自分の命を危険にさらすようなことはやめてちょうだい。わかってもらえるかしら。
Take care of yourself, Honoka. I'm glad to have met you. You have no idea how so. But please don't do anything that would risk your life. Do you understand?
ええ、心配させてごめんなさい。
I understand. I'm sorry to have worried you. As I scuff my feet on the grass in angst, I notice Yasui's shadow moving nearer. By the time I look back up, my body freezes at how close she's come. Without a word, she reaches out with those long, dainty fingers and grasps the corner of my glasses, subtly evening their positions on my face. With that, Yasui steps back and smiles simply. Kiss. See, Reaper, the first time I was going through this scene, I was going through the exact same thing, like, oh my gosh, it's gonna happen already? It's gonna happen? And then, like, when she stepped back, part of me was like, oh, that was still very cute. Oh, that was so sweet. And then the other part was like, no, I thought it was gonna happen. Oh no. But then I also went back to, but it was still very cute what she did. So I was like, I'm not that bad. I'm not mad about it. With that, Yasui steps back and smiles simply.
そういうのはね、私たち年長者がすることなのよ、おバカさん。
That's what we elders are meant to do, silly. Her point made, Yasui's smile slowly wears off. The time to say goodbye draws near. When the next visit will be is difficult to say, but the fact it will come is certain. I'm not sure if it's imagined or not, but I feel Yasui has become more comfortable with that fact. Understandable for a mage seeing their first visitor in 100 years.
ほのか、お大事に。
Take care, Honoka.
ありがとう。またね。
Thanks. I'll see you again. All right, and with that... Oh, I thought I was going to go right into the intro. Oh, L on my part. My head presses to the hard wood beneath, its hard, cold surface rousing me. Also, what... I love this. I love the contrast between this and when she first teleports to the world. Just like how... Like, the color scheme being, like, so drab, the blood on her face and, like, arms and everything, and being, like, all over, like, the symbol she's drawing on the ground is such a wonderful contrast between this and the and Sapporo, like, from, like, the Meiji era. I think that's probably a better way to pronounce it, is just saying the Meiji era, since they're both Sapporo. Because that was kind of, like, the whole goal with it, and it comes off very well of, like, yeah, no, present day, it's just a lot of drabs, like very dark blues, grays, and stuff like that. Whereas as soon as you go back to the Meiji era, it's like all bright and colorful, being like, here's like all the like reasons why she'd want to come back is because like this world just feels better and it has Yasui in it. Like it's just she feels like it's like where she wants to be, but she has to do so much to get to it. It's like, the contrast is so good. The juxtaposition, absolute cinema, absolute cinema for sure. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's also just like such a good grisly reminder. Yeah, they kind of like talked about it. Well, they did talk about it like before she came back here, but like after you go through it, because at least for me, like going through it the first time, I was like, oh man, like I think I really like Yasui too. Like she seems like such a cool character. I want to like spend more time with her. I want to spend more time in like this like cool world and like learn more about it and everything. And then like yeah, as they're talking about it, like it does like at least it affected me the way like when they're talking about it, obviously because it's such like a heavy topic, like she has to do so like pay such a heavy price to get here each time to get to the Meiji era. But then like especially like the way like it like kind of just like thumps you back down into it, even with like the sound effects and everything. It's just like such a good reminder of like the actual gravity of what she's doing instead of just being told about it. So perfection always comes at a price. Is that like a Thanos saying? I feel like that's the thing he would say. I love escapism. The relatability is so painful. Yeah, I love escaping into works of fiction that make me feel related and seen. It hurts so much. But no, it's so good. I really do love it for that. Blearily opening my eyes, I let myself even like the music, like in when we're ever like in like the present day Sapporo, is just like so much more dour than being back in the Meiji era. Ah, so good. Wearily opening my eyes, I let myself stay in place as my senses slowly returned to me. The smell of musty books, chalk, and blood plays on my nose, the sense making an unpleasant concoction. My body feels impossibly heavy. The stupor seems to be gone entirely, lost to the world I just left. But the experience of transference takes a heavy toll on my strength. Forcing myself to stand, I stagger to my feet with a hand on my desk for support. I find myself unable to do anything but stand idle in the cold, empty room. My tired eyes stare blankly out the window, the moon's dim light reflecting off the bare branches of winter. Oh, and then even like the shadows on her face like show her weakness and everything. Like, oh, like you said, cinema. Like I know it's a very simple touch, but it's something that I really like. Silence hangs in the air, moonlight illuminating motes of dust floating in the evening's darkness. My head feels empty, no matter how hard I try to form so much as a fleeting thought. Simple exhaustion, I tell myself. Hey, how do you end stream? Is there like a keybind? Actually, there's a lot of ways I can do it, but I'm not gonna tell you. You'll just, if you're gonna try and ban it, you'll just have to guess. Yeah, there is a stop streaming button. Yes, but there are several different ways you can go about actually turning it off. So, actually hitting that button. Because there are keybinds for it as well. My head feels empty, no matter how hard I try to form so much as a fleeting thought. Simple exhaustion, I tell myself. Yeah, exactly, like Alt F4 on OBS or turning off your PC. Yeah, those are definitely two of the ways to stop the stream. Like, if I just hit the off button on my PC, uh-oh, stream's over. With little desire to do anything else, I begin the walk to the bathroom before settling in for the night. The floor still bears the scars of my work. The book, which started it all, laying open and amid a disorganized desk. Someone give this woman a cookie and an apple juice. I was actually about to say, after we like got out of this scene and be like, she really needs to start like setting up like some things in here to like help her like get better with that. Put in some juice, put in some like cookies. Like whenever I need to like get a lot of blood drawn, that's what they give me, and it works every time. It at least makes me feel a little bit better. I'll get some cleaning supplies and wash off some of this mess, I think to myself. Sometime. Just like a lot of things in life, she'll do it sometime. And now we have the intro. There we go. So what did everyone think? What are everyone's thoughts on this so far? Because again, I've already gone through all of it, but I'm sure some people here haven't. Like Tracy, have you gone all through it? Well, good night. Well, good night, Reaper. Hope you have a great rest of your night. 8 out of 10. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's some good praise. That's a good score. So far, yeah. And again, that's only the first scene. Again, I thought we had a slight chance of getting through the full demo tonight. Not happening. Definitely not happening, because we are going to be ending here in a few minutes. Just because, it's getting slightly late in my time. But so I'm glad that we still at least made it through like the first actual full scene. So oh, Shino, let's go, best girl. Sorry. Oh, Kaoru, I want to be as cool as her one day. Anyway, sorry. No, this is my first time going through it. Yeah. That's what I thought. I just wanted to double check. So what are your thoughts? So you're not emotionally ready for the full release? uh that's see, I feel so emotionally. It's one of those things of like I'm ready for it to come out, but I'm not ready for it to be over because I've been in the hype period ever since playing the demo. So it's been going on. I'm also going to really quick right click to save. Let's just go ahead and save on over that. There we go. Surprise attack. Goodbye. Thanks, Weed. Have a great rest of your night. Um, but like, so I'm ready to like get to the full game, but I'm not ready for the game to end. I think is how I am. I'm so interested and like wanting to know more about these characters and the world that they live in, because this is how it was a lot in like Please Be Happy, but they do a lot of like soft world building in this, where they don't sit down and here's like a huge exposition dump. They're just like, we're just gonna like kind of like talk about things, and if you pick up on the information, then good job. That's all you needed to do essentially. And that's my preferred way of world building. Like I feel like some things, if it's like a really complex idea, it's good to have exposition isn't like the end of the world. Most things have it to an extent, even like really good things. But like this kind of like world building where it is, they'll just like slip in a little line like, oh yeah, mages in my time kind of thing. And from that one line alone, you go, oh, okay, so like, yeah, this world is very similar to our own, but the knowledge of mages' existence is like a well-known thing, or at least to some degree, people like know about it, you know? Especially since like, well, actually, that would be spoilers for later in the demo. Never mind, not gonna say nothing, not gonna say anything. Oh yeah, there's more characters, Lamau. See, this is why I don't play demos, but it gets you so excited. Like, I wouldn't be as... Like, here's the thing. I was already excited for A Tithe and Blood, and then I played the demo, and now I'm like 3 times more excited than I was before, because I played the demo and I figured out already, oh, I'm gonna love this. This is gonna be an incredible thing to play through. So that's why I do play demos. I love demos. They're so good, and I think everyone needs to do them. Man, I love Studio Lawn games. Same. If you couldn't tell, I really like these. um, so yeah, no, again, that like when I said earlier that this was like my most anticipated like release of the year, I definitely was not lying about that. Cause ever since this happened, I've been like just like sitting like I need that release date. I need it. And it's like only like the Patreon post that's been like holding me over, because I don't want to like look too into stuff if there's anything that could potentially be like, here's like an image that isn't in the demo, but if it's anything like related to the demo at all, or like stuff that's already been kind of revealed but it's just stuff talking about it, I'm like, I'm all over it. I love when stories give you the information juice with an eyedropper and not make you chug the entire thing in one sitting. Yeah, exactly. um it's just like my preferred way of doing it, like and that's why I realized like very quickly, not very quickly, but about like when reading through Please Be Happy was like, oh, they're just never gonna like explain that like fables are a thing, you know, like stuff about Gumiho or the fact that vampires are like common knowledge or anything like that. They're just letting the fact that these characters exist, the way people talk to and about them, completely inform that. They're never gonna sit down and be like, yes, here's yada yada yada, because it's unnatural. They're only giving you exactly what like that I kind of brought up earlier when we were talking about the script, but it's like you're only hearing information that relates to what the characters would naturally say in this position, or relating to like how they're feeling and viewing the situation themselves. So Honeka's not going to be like, all right, class, here's everything you need to know about mages in the modern day. You know, like we're not going to get anything like that, which is it's just the best way to do it. And it takes so much like effort and skill to do that, and it pays off. It pays off very well. So yeah, no, we'll definitely be how are we doing this next week? Because we've already talked about doing the Nuzlocke. Then we've also have Twofold on Wednesday. And we have Undertale as well. I think we'll just have to stream 4 days next week. That there's not really like an ad jump scare. Oh no! Then I guess I'll just sit here and yap to myself. And instead, I'll be back in 2 minutes. The only flaw of becoming an affiliate is the fact that ads will just sneak up and take people out. That sucks so much. Especially since I didn't get to respond to your message, Tracy. Oh no. But yeah, no. Like the moment that this game comes out, it's just gonna be like such a stacked lineup because we're gonna finish Twofold probably like right before this comes out, maybe like a week or two before. And then while that's out, we're going to be going into Upwards Rain. So like we're just going to have like so much stuff. We're going to have so much stuff. And again, my goal is to get through all of Studio Lon's games before summer's over. So we have a lot on our plate to get through, but I definitely want to try for it. That's the goal. Because I think there's a couple of like shorter ones we can definitely knock out really fast, but then there's some longer ones like National Park Girls and Heart of the Woods that those will take a little bit, but I'm okay with that because the fact that like the only issue with wanting to try and like get through all of them in like a certain amount of time is the fact that once like we're out, we might have to wait. We might have to wait for games. Granted, my goal for that when we've read through all of them is start over. That's my plan is for our Women Wednesday streams. The goal is just to start over essentially. We're just gonna start playing like Please Be Happy because I haven't streamed that game. Also, my recording, like the series that I've done for Please Be Happy on my other YouTube channel, is truly the most scuffed thing in existence. Which makes me feel so bad for how much I love it as a franchise, like as an IP essentially, like as a world. Like I love it so much, and yet it's the most scuffed thing I've ever created, like the series I did for it. So I definitely want to stream it over here with everyone, and actually treat it well and have only our normal amount of things go wrong. Whereas the Please Be Happy series was exceptionally cursed. So, but yeah. So next week we're probably going to be doing 4 streams. I just need to figure out the time and the days to do all that. Because again, I do want to be getting through. I do want to finish the demo. So, yeah, that'll be the goal. And we'll actually, for realsies, finish it next time, for sure. I love how I've researched so much on Nebraska that I actually got an ad for Western Nebraska Community College, Lamau. That's awesome. That's incredible. Like, that's the college Hannah and Celine go to. See, that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, it's actually, like, influenced by your searches. So you actually got one that's, like, very applicable. I'm glad I could implement this into my writing. All Alon writers are such massive inspirations. No, for sure they are. See, I didn't get to read your message before you got hit with the ad, so I wanted to read it once you got back. But yeah, no. There are such massive inspirations for me too. Like I've noticed in like my own writing, I've been like trying to shift it more. Because the way I always describe Alon writing is everyone that they have writing with them just does it so naturally. Like there's like never a moment where I go, oh, that feels a little weird, or that feels a little forced. It's just like, no, everything that's happening just makes sense for what the characters would be doing, saying, or feeling. So it's like, yeah, no, it's definitely inspired me a lot in how I want to go about things. So, but yeah, with all that being said, I have a review Starlight fic that I wrote. What is oh, I think you've told me about this before, that I wrote back between 2022 and 2023. You can already tell how much I've improved as a writer. Oh, let's go. It's also all that practice you've done. Not only is it the inspiration from this, but all that practice you've done with all the writing you've done since then, because that's an important thing. Like they were talking about it on the announcement stream, but everything you do is just going to make the next thing that you do better because you know how to do it better now. So that's awesome. But yeah, with that being said, we're going to be ending it there. And again, I'll figure out the schedule for next week to fit in all 4 of the streams. I'll figure it out because yeah, it's going to be a spring break for a lot of people. It's not going to be spring break for me because I just have to work. Review Starlight is my favorite anime/multimedia franchise of all time. Yeah, I remember us talking about that's what it like reminded me of, Because that's what I thought about. I was like, I'm pretty sure you've told me that it's like your favorite thing. Hang on, let me look it up really quick. Yeah, and it looks really cool. I've never heard like anyone else talk about it or like seen anything for it. We can continue talking about it in Discord. All Gucci, yeah. No worries, no worries. So yeah, with all that being said, I'll see all you beautiful people in the next one. Bye bye.